We were fairly early into Sector 3. We just followed a quest that turned out to be very straightforward because it only went from there to there. That was what we did at the end of the previous stream. We do have a couple of decent weapons here, as well as some other ones which we could power if we got 1 extra point into weapons. But right now we only have 9 scrap, so no upgrades for us. I think soon we're going to want to prioritise having a 3rd point into shields, which is a fairly expensive upgrade. It's 100 scrap for the points into the shield system, plus another 50 points. Actually, I think the cost of power goes to 30, so it's actually 55 points of reactor power. So we'll need to save up some scrap for that, but I'm sure we can do that soon. Izzy says, wouldn't be Harry without having some fun with explosives? And Harry says, shame that I'm on shields this time around. Yes, Harry the Fourth was not one of the starting crew this time. You can start your crew anywhere you like, but by default the game starts your crew on piloting engines and weapons. You have to have someone in piloting, otherwise the ship won't fly. But the others, you could move weapons to shields at the start or something like that. But this time we got Harry as an additional crew member, as an NG. Clearly the message got lost down the generations, says Izzy. Well, no, perhaps... Perhaps the pilot of this ship decided that Harry would be safer in the shields department. I mean, NG are fast at repairing, and to be fair, both weapons and shields need to be repaired fast, because if your weapons are damaged, you can't shoot anything, and if your shields are damaged, you can't be shielded from anything. Those are the 2 most important systems to repair, so you would want an NG in one or the other. Captain Blowhigh is wise indeed, says he. Ellen Ripley is currently our most skilled crew member on weapons. But we will be getting masteries of the other skills pretty shortly. I should probably think for a moment about the route I want to take. It would be good to visit as much nebula as possible because the fleet moves slower. If we come down this way and then up, we could go to those. Not that one, possibly. But the fleet would move further while we were down here. If we go this way round, we probably couldn't come down... Yeah, we couldn't come down here and then back to the exit. That would involve going this way. I'm not sure what's optimal. I think probably going to this distress is going to be the first thing we want to do, and then go into the nebula. So I'll do that. You find a number of ships fleeing from a small space station. You hail them, asking what's wrong. Help, we're being overrun by some sort of giant alien spiders. Send the crew to help. Giant alien spiders are no joke, or leave them alone. I can't help but feel this option is going to result in one of our crew being eaten by giant alien spiders. I don't really want our crew to be eaten by giant alien spiders. I think I might choose option 2. You can't risk fighting some unknown alien on every backwater station you come across. I mean, that's what I've been doing so far. You prepare to jump. Harry says, I've always lost somebody doing that. I wonder if it's actually a guaranteed loss. I think it's usually random. But yes, let's not risk losing anyone since we have only got 4 crew members. Okay, into the nebula we go. El Tibago says, I volunteer as tribute to be bored by giant alien spiders. Tibago, you're not on this ship. Actually, did you name one of these? I can't remember. This is Snizer Podge, who was named by Kaiser Podge. Oh, yes, sorry, Tibago named Ripley. Well, maybe Ripley doesn't want to be volunteered on your behalf. Tibago. Yeah, you don't get to choose which crew member gets eaten by spiders, unfortunately. I think it's random. A Mantis ship lost in the storm hails you. Sensors are out, we have no local telemetry, we will take yours. I think they're going to teleport some boarders onto our ship because they have a teleporter and they're Mantis and they like fighting. Let's find out. Yes. Ah, yes. There they are. Well, do that. Now then. Just remembering how this ship works. We need to wait for the heavy laser to charge before we can shoot the burst laser. So we're not shooting anything yet. Apart from the intruding Mantis. Okay. Target. I could target the teleporter to stop them teleporting, but I'll target weapons. Usually the safest option. Okay, weapons are dead. That's good news. You can go back. So we have a spare reactor point at the moment. We can just leave the med bay powered, which is useful. Shield system. Oh, no, they're back for more, apparently. I don't want to leave just an NG fighting, because NG do less combat damage, but we got the ship. Ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. And also a Mantis with nowhere to teleport that we need to kill. Don't let Harry die. Don't let anyone die, but especially don't let Harry die. I think we want to continue through the nebula because we will get more jumps in that way, but we might want to do 2 jumps out of the nebula and then go in. I'm just wondering if there's any way we can get these nebula beacons as well as these, but probably not. Sadly, no, I don't think there is. So let's go that way. Oh, intruders. You arrive in the nebula and immediately receive a message from an unknown source. Prepare to be boarded. With the static from the nebula, there's no way to tell where they came from. You hear shots fired on board the ship. Ah, El Tibago has a name for our next crew member.
Unnamed Redshirt.
Unnamed Redshirt. El Tibago with the Star Trek reference, of course. Thank you for that. But ponder this: if they are named Unnamed Redshirt, does that not make them named? So then they would be named Redshirt. Right, let's deal with these intruders. Where are they? There they are. Okay. Please, everybody go fight the intruder. Ow. Oh, right, hang on. We have multiple intruders. We have multiple intruders because we were busy fighting one, and then suddenly our medbay... Oh, God, right, hang on. This is a problem. We've got 4 intruders, and our medbay is destroyed. This is suddenly an issue. We might have to hurriedly repair the med bay, whilst also fighting off intruders. This could be an issue. I think Podge might have to leg it to the other side of the ship to stay alive. While everyone else heals, and then we somehow have to bring Podge back in without him getting shot. Okay, these guys can probably go back in. Bring you into the med bay. Warning, shield's critical. You don't say. Yeah, four at once is quite tricky. You back in. You back in. This time it's Harry's. The medbay can only hold 3 people, so one person has to leg it down the other end of the ship. Oh yikes! I look away for 1 minute. Says Izzy. The good news is they've come to fight us in the medbay, and the medbay is smart. It heals us, and it doesn't heal the enemies when they're in the medbay. Right, have we got everyone? We can come back to the medbay. Repair the shields. Shields are back online. Blow high needs healing. Fully repair. Okay, crisis over. Izzy missed the fact that we were boarded there, but don't worry. Everything is under control. There is nothing to be concerned about. I promise. Possibly. This nebula is proving interesting. Let's continue this way. Heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding. Should we attempt to follow them? I think we will follow them. And there's an enemy. Who would have guessed? You stumble upon the rebel ship, which the Federation loyalists were likely hiding from. Prepare for a fight. They have a... Okay, it's only defense. The Mark II defense drone can shoot down more stuff. We don't have any missiles for this one to target, so it doesn't do anything. These weapons can actually hit us, so let's try and destroy those. Ship is trying to escape. Okay, we'll target the piloting next time our weapons are charged then. Delayed, that's good news. Actually, if we just shoot now, I think we can kill the ship. No, I can get more than 14 scrap from them. 25! 25 is more than 14. So there was no point accepting their surrender. I'm going to save up money for a bit, although I could get like one more power point into weapons and use the missiles. I'm going to save up for possibly a third shield bubble or a store if we find one. Oh no, it's an ion storm. You find 2 heavily damaged ships floating nearby, the remains of a battle. You begin to harvest some useful debris when you hear the sounds of someone beaming aboard, followed by the shouts of a boarding party. So we already have 32 scrap, but we also have intruders on board, and we have no power. Okay, well, with intruders on board, we need medbay, we need oxygen, and we need engines so we can charge the FTL as well. Where are the enemies come from? They are attacking Dr. Blowhigh. We can't have that. Everybody come and help. Oh, no, they're also in sensors apparently. Interesting. Blowhigh. Yeah. Borders, when they're human borders, they always seem to be stronger than us. Okay, those two. Podge is fine. Blowhigh is hurt. Send you back in. Unfortunately, they're fighting in a room with only two spaces in it, so we can only fight two people at once. We should be able to do it if we rotate people in and out of the med bay. Getting a lot of intruders today. Right, there we go. Our ship is popular with boarders, says Ren, and welcome in Kaiser Podge, who says everyone wants to come hang out. The Zinnia is a party yacht. Good to see you, Kaiser Podge. Snizer Podge is still going and is now a master of the engine room, providing bonus evasion. Good to see you. Don't forget to redeem your flower of the day if you would like one. I hope you're having a good weekend. Let's hope we haven't got an iron storm at the next beacon. We have still got an iron storm. Ah, right. Now this is the tricky part. Fighting an ion storm against an enemy. Because we can't power up weapons and shields and oxygen. It should affect the enemy as well, so in a moment you see they've spawned in with 2 shield bubbles. When we hit continue, they should drop down to 1. Yeah. So they can't actually deploy everything. They've got 1 laser deployed. They haven't got their missile launcher deployed, which is good news. And that's just a defense drone. So I think as long as I have 1 shield powered, we should be alright. And I can probably take them down with just my burst laser, but this would be a good opportunity to use Ion Blast. I can't use a missile because their drone will shoot it down. So I think that's how we're going to use our power. We'll try and Ion Blast their shields. Just save the Ion Blast until the burst laser is charged. The Scotty of the ship, says Kaiser Podge. Exactly. Okay, yeah. So because they only have 1 shield bubble, even the little Ion Blast weapon can take it out completely. Eden is free to shoot at things. Let's shoot at the drone. Then we could use a missile now if we wanted to, but we won't. Weapons. Okay. Now they managed to get 2 points. Oh, I see what they did. Presumably their drone is offline, so they redirected power into their shields because they've got 2 shields powered now. We can probably still damage them though. Yeah, I don't think this is going to be an issue. I managed to get their drone back online, but this should finish them off. We can do better than 14 scrap. 54 scrap. Okay. Right, now please be out of the... I keep calling it Iron Storm, it's actually a Plasma Storm. I'm just wondering whether to go this way. Annoying that you can't go here. Do I go like this and then dive back into the Rebel fleet at the end? I think I might have to. Be 2 more beacons in the nebula would be like here, and then 3. 1, 2, 3. We might just be okay. I'll have to find out one way or the other. It would be a shame to go to the exit now. We can visit more things. Okay, we have our power back, and also nothing happened. Anticlimactic. try this last one. Automated rebel scout positioned within the nebula to warn of our passing. Now we need to not have it get away. Okay. How scary is this? Quite scary. Especially since they're charging their FTL. But we've only got one shield, so let's go weapons and then also try and heavy laser their piloting so they can't jump away. Well, except we missed the piloting. That was the only problem there. Hopefully we get a second attempt at the shot before they jump. Yes, okay. Enemy FTL delayed. That's what I wanted to see. And there we go. Right, yeah, so I've got to go out of the nebula now, so this is going to jump 3. I think the final jump to the exit might be within the rebel fleet, and we'll have to fight them in order to escape the sector, but we can at least visit more locations. I think it's worth it. If the locations aren't empty, that is. Don't tell me all of these are empty. Okay, this one has... Well, it has an asteroid field, which is not what I wanted to see, but it has stuff at least. Now, asteroid fields, the asteroids will periodically hit your ship and take out a shield point. They will do that to the enemy as well. So if you can get the enemy's shields down, then they will just keep taking damage from asteroids, which can be very helpful. They do also like to board you. Oh, I forgot. Yeah, I didn't upgrade doors, so that strategy doesn't work. So this is a rock alien. They have extra hit points. Where are they going? If they're going into weapons, if they have extra hit points, it takes a while to bring them down. We really want to focus on shields, I think, here, because if we take the shields down, then the asteroids are just going to do free damage for us. Okay, we've got one of the shields down. Oh, and the asteroids got the other shield down, which is very helpful. I think they're about dead. In fact, yeah, the asteroids might finish them off before we do. Yes, we didn't even have to shoot them again. Always nice. Right, people were injured in that fight, so let's solve that problem. We are safe here, although it says danger. You're in an asteroid field. Periodically, asteroids will strike your ship. They will only take down one shield bubble at a time, so not a concern. Teleport and more boarding fun, says Kaiser. We've had a lot of boarders in this sector. Scans reveal a large asteroid field nearby. Do we explore it, or is it too dangerous? We'll explore it. We found 6 fuel. Not bad. Yeah, okay, so now we've got to fight the rebel fleet in order to exit the sector, but at least we did some more exploring. It could have been worse. So yeah, you found the exit beacon, but the rebels got here first. You must survive long enough to be able to jump to the next sector. They do have a big ship with 3 shields. The good news is we don't actually have to kill them. If you kill them, the only reward is 1 fuel to get you to the next sector. So given that we have 20 fuel, we are more than happy to just flee as soon as we can. But yeah, 3 shields, but that's not a huge problem because as long as we hit all our burst laser 3s, we can still do 4 damage to their hull with the heavy laser 2. Slightly more problematic is that they are... I mean, they're attacking our doors, which is an interesting choice, but we should probably do something about that. Although actually, no. We'll put blow high back on the FTL doesn't charge, so I'll put them back for now, and I'll wait for them to move into the med bay and start hitting that, and then we can go in there and fight them in the med bay, where we will heal infinitely. Oops. Well, it's alright, we didn't need that shield anyway. Right, so, given that they've got all of these scary missiles, I'm going to aim for their weapons. Well, this won't hit their weapons, but if we can get... Ah, okay, we missed 2 of them. If we could have got both their shields down, we could have hit their weapons. That would have been nice. Oh, right, they're in the med bay now. Yep, so once they're in the med bay, we just go in the med bay and fight them. Because then we can't be killed, hopefully. We'll be taking a lot of damage. Oh, and our O2 is on fire. O2 on fire is not usually a problem, but our doors are stuck shut. So I can't just open the doors to put out the fire. Okay. So we need to kill the boarders and then put out the fire on our ship. First rule of self-defense, avoid. Yes. Okay. What do we actually do here? I guess we continue shooting at them, but we might need to... let's send Harry to try and do something about this. I want to leave... Without blow high in the cockpit, the FDL doesn't charge. I want to leave... somebody in there. Okay, we took out one of their weapons, but they took out our engines. So now we can't jump away. Yeah, this is starting to become a problem. Right, since they took out our engines, we can't jump anyway. Blow high might as well come and help. Okay, they've teleported back. At least we don't have to fight them anymore. They haven't hit our weapons yet, so we're free to keep shooting them. Okay, we did good damage there. All their weapons are down. Unfortunately, this the problem. So our engine needs to be... yeah, okay, our engine needs to be at least partly online before we can jump. So we send everyone to the med bay. Oh, you're back. Okay, we still need to send them to the med bay because they're all half dead. Harry, go and stand indoors for a moment because we can't all fit in the med bay. We have another volley of weapons to fire. I could hit the teleporter so that they stop. Well, this is burst lasers just take shields down. I could hit the teleporter so that they stop sending boarders over. That would be nice. Okay, we took out the teleporter, I think. Of course, that just means that the boarders that are attacking our weapons are now stuck attacking our weapons. So I can't actually do anything with only one weapon active. We're just going to have to shoot at them for a bit until we get our weapons fixed. Don't let blow high die. Would be bad. Yeah, this fight is not going well. On reflection, it probably wasn't worth... it probably wasn't worth those extra jumps, but I just thought we might find something useful. Right, weapons back online. We'll blow high go to the piloting. Harry and Ripley go and repair the engine. And let's see if we can actually get out of here before anything else too bad hits us. Weapons ready again. Gonna go for weapons again. Okay, mistimed it there. Right, we're jumping. Next sector. Our choices are rock controlled, or, well, that's actually our only choice. Also our weapons are on fire, by the way. Our weapons are actually currently on fire. That is a thing that's happening. Just thought I'd throw that out there. Be nice if our weapons could not be on fire. It's clobbering time, says Divago. Yeah, but who is getting clobbered is the question. Right, everybody go heal. And then back. Except Harry, you need to go heal. I quite like this music. This is the rock area music. Harry likes it. Okay, a store would be very nice right about now. We are probably going to be fighting some rock ships, I would imagine. Let's go here. 6 fuel for 2 missiles. We have loads of missiles. We have loads of fuel as well, but that's a trade that seems worth making. Scanners indicate there's a battle is taking place nearby. It seems that someone is under attack by space pirates. Do we aid the civilian ship or not? Okay, let's do it. Ooh, cloak. Fancy. I think we're about to get shot at. The problem with cloak is our weapons don't charge while the enemies are cloaked, so they shoot us immediately. We haven't had a chance to shoot back yet, and of course they set the ship on fire, because why wouldn't they? No worries, we should be able to do something about that shortly. Harry, you'd better go back and fix that. Let's go for the weapons. Okay. Weapons are down. Shields are back up. Unfortunately, they're cloaked again. They might have the weapons repaired by the time they come out of cloak, which would be annoying. Yeah, see, their weapons are half repaired already. So we need to shoot them again. There we go, shoot. Okay, weapons down again. We should be alright from here. We could try targeting the cloak, actually. And stop them from doing that again. Yes, okay, they can't cloak now, which is good. One more good hit, they should be dead. Well, that would have been one more good hit if it had connected, but it didn't. That was one more good hit. Contact the civilian ship. Ooh, the civilian ship was actually here. It hadn't run off this time. This sector has become increasingly dangerous for friends of the Federation. I think my crew can patch up some of your hull damage as thanks. Thank you for repairing 5 points of damage to my hull. Okay, a store, finally. That's what I was saving all this money for. We'll go to the store, and then whatever we have left over, we'll probably put into a 3rd shield point, maybe weapons upgrade. Should we go here for even more value at the store? Yeah, let's do that. That's a good reward, says Harry. I agree. As a naturally warlike species with few intergalactic diplomatic ties, the Rock people have garnered quite a reputation as fearsome pirates. You stumble across one of their ships, and they promptly live up to type. Oh dear. Well, you know, that's nothing we can't handle, says Emma, optimistically. At least they're not cloaking this time. They have some scary looking missiles though. Okay, well We took down all the weapons apart from the scary-looking missile, which is the one I was... Oh, right, okay, interesting. They turned off their scary-looking missile in favour of their laser. Which is nice. Not sure why they did that, but... Good. I'll just keep shooting at their weapons. The heavy laser is 2 hull damage points no matter what. So. One more hit should take them out. So we get shoot here. Another point of damage. Yep. Ship is down, 37 scrap. So yeah, the further you get through the game, the greater the scrap rewards get, but also the tougher the fights get. So if you're wondering how on earth we afford, like, or certainly on easy, it's possible to max out the ship in terms of upgrades. On easy, the scrap rewards are higher throughout the game. It is possible to more or less max out the ship, but we can probably manage it on. You can probably manage it on normal with the right choices. I don't know if I can manage it on normal. The Rock tolerate few aliens in their space, but even they seem to respect the wisdom of the Zoltan. A few of them have established a trading post in the husk of an abandoned capital ship. Okay, I am wondering if we should get cloaking. We have the money for it. We wouldn't be able to get a 3rd shield point yet. But we would be able to cloak if a scary attack came in. What else is available? Ooh, weapons. So hull laser 2 is pretty good. So it's like a burst laser 2, except that it does extra damage on rooms that don't have systems in them, but it also needs more power. Halberd beam is also good. Once you've got their shields down, beam weapons can be really good. That does 2 damage per room. Yeah, we had a beam weapon on our first run. If we bought cloaking and the halberd beam, the problem with if we want to use the halberd beam as well as both the lasers we've got now, that would be 8 points of weapon power. You can have 8 points of weapon power, but you have to fully upgrade weapons, so that's another 250-ish scrap. But I am considering whether we should buy that weapon and then keep it in reserve for when we can afford to use it. Depends what else we get off it later in the game, which is hard to know. We obviously don't want drones. This is not very good, I don't think. This can be good. I feel like this is better the earlier you get it in the game, because it's 10% more scrap. So if your average scrap reward is like 40-ish scrap, then you'd have to visit like 12 or 13. You'd have to do like 12 or 13 battles to get value from it, which we've got more than battles than that left, but also we could put those 50 points towards making our ship actually survive those battles. So I don't know. I don't think we need another laser when we've got 2 lasers already. A beam would be good, and I think we can probably sell. I definitely think we can sell the Ion Blast. Yeah, let's sell the Ion Blast. We'll keep the Artemis around for now. We have 25 missiles and nothing else to shoot them. I'm going to buy the Halberd Beam, but not power it yet. We'll keep it around until we can power it. I think I'll get cloaking. This is a bit risky. I feel the cloaking is kind of an endgame thing for when you... Like, I know for a fact that the boss fight, the flagship, has a really bad attack where it fires loads of missiles at you. And if you can cloak through that attack, it's pretty useful. It does mean going without a 3rd shield bubble for a while. I think that might be the right move. I know that Nit is a fan of cloaking, so yeah, if he were here, he would agree with me. I would also repair some. Oh, there's no point repairing all the way because you can get random events that repair a bit for you. We obviously don't need to buy anything. We have a. Given that last run we ran out of fuel, we somehow now have 23 fuel at roughly the point in the game where we were running out of fuel. So it's interesting how that works. Okay. I'll keep the Artemis just in case. Right, well that was some stuff that we did. We now have the cloak button. We have a use for this extra power, 1 bar of power that doesn't need to remain on the medbay. We can put it on the cloaking. And hit this button and do this. And then we... Technically we can still be hit with cloak at the moment because it adds 60 to our evade and our evade is 32. Once we have... Oh, we have a double mastery in piloting from the amazing Dr. Blowhigh now. But once we have Snizer Podge, plus 10 on the engines, plus 1 more point of engine upgrade, then the cloak button is actually an invincibility button because it buffs your evade to 100. At the moment it only buffs it to 92. If the 8% chance to get hit by whatever we're cloaking through is rolled, I'll be very disappointed, but it is what it is. We shall continue. Running fuel efficient this time, says Kaiser. So it would seem. Okay. Asteroids. That's okay, they work against the... Oh, something to note about the halberd beam. It takes a very long time to charge. You can see that because of how short these bars have now become. But it's double damage for 2 damage for each room. So like if you do like that with a halberd beam, that's 8 damage. Charging for that long is worth it for 8 damage, I feel. Okay. No, weapons don't look too threatening, so we might go for shields first. Okay. Wait, how did we hit that? Oh, no, we didn't hit their med bay. That's an interesting point about this game. If you're aiming for a room, you can't miss and hit a different room. You aim for a room and then you either hit that room or you don't hit at all. An asteroid hit the medbay while their shield was down, which is interesting. Unfortunately, our engine also got hit. That's okay. I think it's... okay, I see what's going on. Their laser actually can take out our shields. And then we could get hit by an asteroid, so we probably should do this. Okay. I was hoping both of those shots would connect, but it's all good. Yeah, it's helpful when their ship gets hit by asteroids, because that's 3 damage. Okay, only 2 more hit points left. Be easy enough to take out. Especially if asteroids are hitting it for us. There we go. You won. So during that fight, you might have heard the ding that happens when a crew member upgrades their mastery. We actually have double mastery on engines and weapons now. So weapons charge 20% faster, evasion is up, and we almost have maximum on shields as well, which would be good. How am I going to get to the exit? I'll go here to see if these beacons are interesting, and then I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we've got 5 left, we actually have 4. 1, 2, 3. I'll go to here and then I'll decide how many we've got left, and I'll either go 1, 2, or I'll just go straight here. Let's do that. Or we could go here. Actually, I'll go here and then here, because these might be interesting. You see a Zoltan merchant and ask about his wares. He responds, sorry, but it took years to gain their trust. You can't be seen communicating with him. Hope you understand. He cuts communications. That was a non-event. Okay, nothing interesting down here. We could go like that, or we could go like... This is... I'll go this way. More asteroids. Captain of a rock freighter lost in the asteroid field hails you. Our coordinates led us here, but only death greets us. What must be, must be. Death to all. You power up the battle systems and wonder how long they've been stuck here. Well, yeah. That sucks for you, but if you're going to shoot us, we're going to shoot you. Weapons look moderately scary. I still haven't learnt which sprites or which weapons, like some of the more experienced players we've encountered did. Ow! Okay. Yeah, their weapons are definitely scary. Well, they took down our shield with the ion, that's why. And they disabled our cloak. Repairing shields is the priority though. Oh, wait, shields isn't damaged. Shields is not damaged, it's just ion, so repairing cloak is what we do. Sorry about that. And here. No, let's see, the offer you get before the surrender offer has more fuel in it, but less scrap. But we have more fuel than we could possibly need, so it makes no sense to accept that offer. Especially when we're about to die. Ooh! This is rare, given that we're not aiming to do it. We killed the crew before the ship. Only just, but we did. With the crew dead, you're able to take the fuel out of storage. You also take all the scrap you can manage. Not sure how we pulled that one off, but I'll take it. Fortunately for the ship, its shields are still up. If the shields were down, then it would have just been destroyed by the next asteroid to hit, but it wasn't. So we do get a little bit of bonus scrap, I think, because of that. We can't upgrade the ship. This is an interesting thing. You can't upgrade the ship after a battle that takes place in an asteroid field, because the ship is still technically in danger. Whereas you can upgrade the ship normally after a fight. Yeah. The burnt-out hull of a rock mine layer drifts by. Behind the wreck drifts a live mine. An automated drone drills into ship's hulls before exploding. It locks onto your ship's signature and heads your way. Attempt evasive maneuvers. The ship's turning circle proves too wide, and the mine bites down onto the hull. You can hear it now chewing through the armour. Do we send someone out there to defuse it? That sounds like a good way to lose a crew member. Or do we take the blue option because we have a missile weapon? Attempt a controlled detonation using a missile. After drawing straws, a crew member goes out to fix a modified warhead to the mine. You detonate the missile in a way that dislodges the mine. It blows up shortly after. The ship takes some damage in the blast, but you're still sailing. Okay, so some scrap and 4 damage to the hull. I feel like that's actually one of the good options. Unfortunately, that blast did take out our oxygen. So, yeah, that's a bit of a sucky one, I think, because it's... yeah, let's just say it was Harry the Fourth that was the crew member who went out to do the controlled detonation. And that's why we took damage, because it was Harry that we sent. Oh, another store. Okay, we might actually have enough scrap to make that worth it. Because But we'd have to fight the rebels on the exit in again, which would be bad. I'm going to not bother going to the store. There isn't much I want to buy now other than maybe another crew member. Yeah, I'm going to go straight to the exit and save up for a 3rd point of shield and 3 points of weapon charge. And then hopefully heal to store in the next sector before we've completely died. Have center border. I don't think they can damage us with these weapons. Won't take any chances. Okay. I think they only have a beam weapon now, so they can't damage us. Even with only... Oh, right. This is the powerful beam weapon. This beam weapon can pierce 1 layer of shields. We had 1 shield, but it still took damage. Okay, that's unfortunate. Their rock crew member is dead, though, which is nice. You should go and heal. Everyone else should go back to where you were. Blowhigh is already repairing that. If we go back, let you heal. There we go. Okay. We do want shields to be powered. I think now that the weapons are down, this shouldn't be too much of a problem. Let's just make sure they don't teleport anyone again. There we go. Healing punch. Okay. Hello, Biggest Steve. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good weekend. We are playing some FTL today. And I think we can afford the shield upgrade now. It's probably worth taking it. We're 3 scraps short of fully powering it, but we can always only power the cloaking rig if we actually need it. 3 shields will help a lot. We will not get hit as much, unless our hull, which is currently only half there, will survive. You receive a message from a small refugee convoy. Hail! We'd like to help you on your mission, but don't have much to offer. If you have extra metal, perhaps we could work on your ship. Well, we don't have much extra metal, but we have some. Inquire about their specialty. Oh right, it's an upgrade. They offer to upgrade your piloting subsystem in exchange for some scrap. So, piloting is not a priority for us to upgrade, but 8 scrap is cheaper than the normal upgrade would be, so I think it's probably worth it. Upgraded the piloting by 1. You let their team on board, and after a short time they finish their work. Piloting would normally cost... oh, I can't see. I think it's like 25 or 30 to upgrade normally. So what that does is it means that if Dr. Blowhigh has to leave the cockpit, then we still get 50% of our normal evasion. So previously, if the pilot left the cockpit, our evasion would drop to 0. But now it drops to 12, which is not great. So you see how it's 35? So you'd think, well, 35 is better than is more than twice 12. It is not quite work like that. Because Blowhigh has double mastery, he gives +10 to evasion while he's piloting. But the base level of evasion with a pilot is only 25. You can see if he's in the room but not actually piloting, the evasion is 25%. So the evasion without a pilot is half of 25, which is 12.5, which gets ran down to 12. So the 50% evasion is actually a lot less than 50%, so it's not as good as it looks. It's still worth having a point in piloting. You can't see because my face cam's in the way, but there's subsystems down here. An extra point in piloting is good because if the piloting gets hit, it will only turn oranges to red. It won't be completely taken out. And Blowhigh can still fly the ship, which is nice. Right, on to Sector 5. I'm not going to that distress beacon. It's not worth it, is my conclusion. Not while with our ship at half health. Next sector. Okay. Do we want Uncharted Nebula or Uncharted Nebula? Let's make a poll. Okay, please vote now. Okay, we have. Okay, it's so far it's a tie. We have one vote for Uncharted Nebula and one vote for Uncharted Nebula. Ooh, Uncharted Nebula now has 2 votes. Kaiser is trying to puzzle this one out. Okay, now they've both got 2 votes. I enabled the voting multiple times with extra channel points, so if anyone really wants to waste channel points, now's a good time. Okay, I have a feeling somebody's voting Uncharted Nebula, and then someone else is voting Uncharted Nebula to tie the result. That does seem to be what's happening here. It's going to be close. Ooh! Okay, Uncharted Nebula wins by 12 votes to 9. Kaiser Podge contributing 500 channel points. Uncharted Nebula seems good. I would also want to avoid Uncharted Nebula. Not a tie, says Harry. Well, it was not a tie because Kaiser Podge piled on at the end there. Looks like we're going to Uncharted Nebula. Sorry to everyone who voted Uncharted Nebula. Nebulas were always dangerous places. Many electronics fail in these clouds. You will have to tread lightly. Continue. I'm just hoping we can get repairs and also scrap. What we would really like to do now is power our halberd beam. We would have a pretty good ship at that point. But that is another 265 scrap. So plus power to run it, of course. And we also need better engines. So those should be our priorities, I think. Yeah, of course it gives us a store right away. I almost feel like I have to go to this to repair. It's just annoying that it's... I'd have to sell the... I could sell the Artemis, actually. There's no way I'm using the Artemis because I'll be at max power with 8 points worth of laser and beam weapons. It just seems so silly to go to a store with 19 scrap. Oh, and of course I get offered the best upgrade. Weapon Pre-Igniter is the best upgrade in the game. As you can tell by the fact it costs 120 scrap. Weapons are made immediately available after an FDL jump, so you can just fire on the enemy ship immediately before they have a chance to fire back. Harry knows what I'm talking about. It's so fun to have, says Harry. Well, unfortunately we're going to be missing out on it this run. But I get a chance to sell this and to repair my ship a bit. This is not so good. We don't really... This is, you can run away 25% faster, which is rarely an important skill to have. But this is good. But it's all good. We can live without it, probably. We shall continue with a slightly more healed ship. The thing that's really bad is we can't go anywhere else from the store. We have to go back the way we came. But at least it's a nebula, so we're not really being followed at the moment. And And that's also, okay, nothing at all is happening so far. Now we're starting to see the weapons. Okay, a fight. You detect a Mantis expedition vessel returning home with its haul. So determined are they, in fact, that they don't wait to see if you're hostile before firing. Don't worry, we were hostile. Okay, they have missiles. I probably want to cloak through those missiles. Okay, missile fired. Yeah, so we cloak and then... okay, well we only had a 90% chance of evading them, but we did evade them. We evaded both the missiles. Now we can shoot back. Okay, well we partially damaged the weapons. Now, they will get a round of missiles off before our cloak recharges, unfortunately. Which is why I was hoping we'd hit the missiles first time, didn't we? Okay. Still not quite got the weapons down. Fortunately, they're missing the missiles all by themselves without us even having to try. There we go. Right, weapons are down. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Okay. I didn't notice that weapons were down, but they launched a missile right before we got them down. And of course it hit our weapons. Because why wouldn't it? We can keep damaging their weapons a little bit. Cloak to buy himself some time here. This up. So our weapons continue charging. We can charge our weapons while we're cloaked, but you can't. I can't charge my weapons while the enemy is cloaked, and they can't charge their weapons while we're cloaked. Okay. Okay. Ship is dead. We can get it again, but it's fine. Let's. Oh yeah, we have slightly less oxygen because there was a hull breach. Right. Yeah, weapon pre-igniter would have been nice, and I'm sure at some point I'll do a run where I get it, but not yet. Okay, I think we can afford to go backwards a little here. Rebels are slower in a nebula. Ignore the ship, attack the ship, purchase an unknown weapon for 45 scrap. Hello, Cookie Jar Pottery, who says hi, Gertchie. Good to see you, Cookie Jar Pottery. I hope you are having a good weekend. We're playing some more FDL. Although this time, we've had this encounter before, this time I do have the 45 scrap to purchase an unknown weapon. The problem is I already have 3 weapons that I really want to use, and by themselves they max out my weapon system's power. So I wouldn't be able to use this, and it probably sells for less than 45 scrap, because even these don't sell for 45 scrap. So I think I have to skip this and just attack the ship. Well, I could ignore it, but why would we ignore some free scrap? Well, maybe not free scrap. But we have cloak. What's the worst that could happen? We want to cloak through. If I time it right, I can like unpower oxygen and then power cloak to cloak through the missile. War was the only answer, says Cookie Jar. Well, it is in this game. That's certainly true. Okay. Well, I'm going to shoot weapons because they have a giant missile launcher. Okay, they've fired their missiles. I'm going to cloak so that thing does not hit us. I'll have to put power on the engine into O2. So the power point that you spent on cloak is kind of locked. You can't get this bit of reactor power back while it's as if it's ioned while the cloak is recharging. You can't just power cloak, immediately unpower cloak. Doesn't work like that. It would be a bit overpowered if it did. Okay, that was good. Probably safe now. No, we do want more scrap still. Okay. Was not too bad of a fight. Right. I don't want to go up here because that makes the rebels faster. I want as many nebula jumps as possible, so I will go towards the fleet because I do have a path out of it. Okay, look, we're definitely getting 3 shield point ships now, which is worrying. This is only sector 5. So we have borders. Where are the borders? In the cloak. Okay, cloak is not too much of an issue. I don't think we need to cloak through these weapons. Okay, they have sent 2 mantis. Okay, 2 mantis are more powerful than 2 humans. We may need some help here. Even this might not be enough help. But we can still shoot them while this is going on. I don't think their weapons can damage us. I'm going to start by shooting the shields. Down to 1 shield. Don't let people die would be nice, ideally. Oops. Okay, let's get... Oh, never mind, they're teleporting out. Okay, they're teleporting out. I could have taken down the teleport to stop them teleporting out, but I actually kind of... I'm fine with them teleporting out because then they're not attacking me anymore. Meanwhile, I'm continuing to shoot their ship. So... fine. I shoot their teleport this time. Yeah, so now they can't come back in. We are safe from boarding, and I think we're safe from their weapons as well. Yeah, they can't actually hit us with those weapons now that we've got 3 shields. Quite a few ships can't hit us. There we go. We go. Okay, we can go. I was like, do we have to go for the exit? We can go here and then down. So we're not forced to go for the exit. Okay. Well, that was pointless. I'll go here. You spot a rebel ship in the nebula ahead and stay off their radar. Try to engage? Of course we do. Oh. Whoops. You get disoriented in the nebula and lose your bearings completely. It takes some time to get back to the beacon. It's likely the fleet has had time to advance closer to your position. Wait, what? Oh, we don't even get to fight the ship. That's no fair. I want to fight this ship. Okay, we don't get to fight the ships. Okay. I was rather hoping we would be able to fight some people, but instead, ooh. Your ship emerges quite far away from the beacon. You see a rebel ship waiting nearby, undoubtedly stationed to look for you. We can attack the ship, attempt to remain concealed, cloak to stay hidden. So cloaking is shown as a blue option, but it presumably means we don't get to fight the ship. Is this a time where we don't choose the blue option? I'm going to attack the ship because I want scrap. I know it's a powerful ship. I still want scrap. Yeah, these are the good lasers, so we actually probably want to cloak through their lasers and then target weapons as soon as we can. Since these are burst laser 2s, I know when they're going to be powered because it will be when mine is powered. So it's like now. We need them to fire. If we cloak one before they fired, they'll stop powering up and then they'll fire as soon as we uncloak. They need to have fired their weapon. Right, now we cloak. And all their weapons miss. Okay, good. Hopefully we can hit them in return now. Sort of. Not really. We completely failed to penetrate their shields. Also, they shot us with a bomb of some sort. Let's check there's no fire in there, would you? Okay, no. Good. Right, well the problem now is we don't have any cloak. But they can actually hit us. But if any of our shots there had landed, then it would have been fine. So, maybe it was the wrong decision. Yeah, we kind of can't hit them very well. They must have good evade, they must have powerful engines, because a lot of our shots are missing. We can actually cloak again here. Oh. Mistimed our cloak, I think, because one still got in. This could be a long fight. Especially as cloaking just got destroyed. Yeah, the problem is when a ship has good evade, it's difficult to actually hit all of our burst laser 2 shots on the shields. Once we have enough scrap to power the halberd beam, we'll be able to use both of these to take down the shields and then the beam to do the damage. That will be a lot better. Are you nearly done repairing? Okay, you need to go in there. This is not going as well as I'd hoped. Do have our cloak back. Wait, why is cloak on fire? Excuse me, why is cloak on fire? Why is cloak on fire? Cloak should not be on fire. Medbay just got destroyed. Okay, finally some good damage. See, if we could have done that. If we'd done that on the first cycle, they would not have they would not have been able to hit us again, and the fight would have basically been over. But we didn't. Now we can probably go for shields. Oh, no, they repaired weapons already. Do you want to try and hit the weapons whenever possible? This is a bomb weapon, that's the thing that keeps hitting us. I'll cloak through it if that happens. Is it too late to cloak now? Ah, they missed anyway. If they miss, I can't tell whether they missed because of bad cloak timing or they just missed. We'll put the fire out, silly, says Cookie Jar. That is what I was trying to do. I think I have to hit piloting now to stop them jumping away. I think they're going to get away. That's annoying. All that time and they got away anyway. Well, at least the rebels don't come any further this time. Heavily damaged Federation ship is hiding in the nebula. Let's try and follow them. Can't pick up anything. Okay. Not a lot is happening right now. I feel like this sector could have gone a lot better, just in terms of actually, getting scrap and things happening. Need to fully heal Harry. We can do... I'm gonna have to break out the tape measure again. Can we do 2 more jumps or only 1? Yes, I am going to use a tape measure. This is the most important tool you can have to play this game. 15 millimeters. So then they go there and then there. Yeah, the exit is only 28 millimeters away, so they will be in range of the exit after 2 more jumps. So I can only visit 1 more beacon if I don't want to fight them, which is a shame. If they hadn't doubled their pursuit on 1 jump, then that wouldn't have happened. Wow, they're already powering up their FTL. That's bad news. And they've got 2 burst lasers as well. Might have to go straight for their weapons, for their piloting rather. And then their weapons, which is scary given how many weapons they have. Right, did I miss all my shots? How did I manage that? Yeah. This ship is scary and it's probably going to get away. Is a problem. Oh, the Iron Dart 02 as well. Interesting. Ow. Stop hitting our weapons, we need those. They're kind of important. Stop hitting our weapons. Don't. Oh, they're going to jump away without us even getting a shot off. That's annoying. Yes, pursuit doubled. Okay. See, this is how quick a run can fall apart. It looked like we were doing fine, and now, because the fleet pursuit has been doubled, they're going to be in range of the exit. So I'll have to fight the fleet now. It's annoying how quickly the run can fall apart. Let's heal. Can we survive? Well, hopefully we can survive the fleet on this. Since I need more power to run the upgraded weapons anyway, I might as well buy power now. Because then at least I don't have to unpower. Well, I don't have to choose between dodge or cloak. Tempted to get 1 more point of engine. I think I actually will. Like, on the one hand we need to upgrade weapons. On the other hand we actually need to survive long enough to upgrade weapons. It's not. I mean, we needed those 2 power points anyway, so it's only 30 extra scrap I've spent. We're just saving up the 265 for the weapons now. We have all the power we need to power those weapons. Because we could use these 3 points and still drive the ship. So, okay. Could have gone better though. This is the thing that I carefully measured to ensure we wouldn't have to do. Intruders on board. Well, shoot them there. Those are scary weapons. We probably need to use our quick to get through. It also has 4 shield barriers. I actually might not be able to damage this ship, which is fun. If I like put everything onto shields, maybe I can get 1. Yeah, if I put everything onto shields, I might be able to get 1 shield bubble down. But most likely I just miss. I think our main plan here is going to be survive long enough to jump. Fortunately, their weapons don't seem to be synced with each other. But they can still hit us, but they won't be attacking, like... They won't be hitting every system at once, which would be bad. Okay, we're almost charged. What happens if I jump with intruders on board? Guess we're finding out. Oh great, it's a Mantis-controlled sector. That's exactly what we need. More boarding parties. With this crew, 3 humans and an Engie. Well, we might be bringing some boarders along for the ride. We'll have to see how this works. Thank you so much for the follow. Good to have you with us. Mantis it is. And are the intruders still on board? You've entered a poorly charted area of space that's known to be home to the Mantis. Ensure your hull plating is up to scratch. Your hull plating is up to scratch, you say? And that you have enough fuel in the tank to make it through. We need Captain Blowhigh, says Izzy the Penguin, summoning the Blowhigh. Well. We do have Captain Blowhigh. In fact, he's the only one in the ship at full health. I'm just going to, before I do these redeems, I just want to make sure there's no borders still, because if there are, Ripley's about to die. Okay, the borders are still there. Right, I'm glad I checked. Ripley's about to die. Blowhigh probably needs to come in and help. These borders have no way of getting back to their ship. We've jumped to a different sector entirely. We do need to kind of shoot them though. It would be good. Also, we probably should power oxygen. Like, that's just a thought. We should power oxygen. You know, oxygen is kind of optional. Don't kill Harry. Okay, everyone is dead. Well, all the enemies are dead anyway. Ooh, hang on, is Ripley? Ooh! Ripley has a mastery in combat now. Ripley is our best fighter. With however many, 7, yeah, 7 kills, I guess. Also, worth pointing out that Harry actually has a mastery in repair. So we repair 10% faster, thanks to Harry, and Harry already repairs faster due to being an NG. So yeah, our crew are starting to get some skills. Right, Blowhigh time. Harry has added the quote, "Oxygen is kind of optional." Well, for short periods in this game it is. If you desperately need a point of power, you can turn off the oxygen. As long as you turn it back on again. This is Blowhigh. He is soft and cuddly and we love him. Oop. And he is the best. And he is piloting our ship right now. There he is right there. Izzy says, to quote a certain Colo, "Don't worry about my oxygen, guys." Which game was that that Colo was playing? Was it this game or was it something else? Subnautica, okay, yeah, that makes sense. Harry may well remember that. Okay, there is a store, but we only have 30 scrap. And to be honest, I'm not sure there's much we want to buy at this stage in the game. It would just be a hull repair thing. I'm still going to go a longer way round to it. Just hope we don't take too much damage. We might start to see ships with 4 shield points. That would be a big problem. So we need to get as much scrap as we can and get this weapon. Once we have this weapon, ships with 4 shield points are not really a problem. We just need these 2 between them to do 4 4 points of damage. Well, to hit. These need to hit 4 shots between them, and they do 5 shots. So you only need like 80% accuracy. Right. For this, right now we need to hit every shot with the burst laser too to really make use of this heavy laser. Which was fine when there was only 2 shield points. Right, there are definitely going to be borders because it's Mantis, and we're in a Mantis sector. So, I wonder if it's almost worth targeting the teleporter first rather than the weapons. Okay. The other thing we could do is upgrade doors, which is sort of an anti-boarding measure. I think I'll still go for weapons first. I mean, this can be targeted to shields. It doesn't matter where this is targeted. It's going to hit shields anyway. Med bay online. We don't need the cloak for this fight because there's nothing we need to. Yeah, cloak doesn't stop people teleporting. By the way, well, I think it stops them teleporting while you're actually cloaked, but like, it's not really effective against boarders, cloak, because they will just board when you uncloak. Hello, Hurricane! Thank you so much for redeeming Common Mouse-Ear as your flower of the day. It's very good to see you. I hope you are well. Okay, boarders back, but it's fine. We're fully healed. I'm ready to shoot them again. Unfortunately, they're fully healed. They do have a med bay, so they can teleport in, damage us a bit, teleport out, heal, teleport in, damage us a bit. I mean, as long as they're not damaging our ship, I don't really care. Eventually, we will manage to damage them, hopefully. I just need to keep an eye on our crew, trying to let them die. Ideally. Whilst also killing these mantis. Yeah. We're not having much luck hitting this ship. We need to upgrade our firepower very soon. There's a lot of micromanaging of visiting the med bay here. Oh yeah, now that this is why I would quite like a fifth crew member, even though 4 is like all you really need. Because you can put someone in sensors and see what's going on in the ship. He's kind of useful sometimes. We could, yeah. I wonder if it's worth targeting their med bay. Their weapons can't hit us, so maybe we just target their med bay. And miss every shot. Of course we miss every shot. So you see they're going to heal and then... I mean, okay, by the time they're healed, we're healed and we just fight again, but... this is... Oh, wow. Okay, they actually hit us. That's new. We kind of need those shields. We don't need the cloak. Alright, attempt number 3 to hit the ship. No, attempt number 4. Okay, we did a point of damage. Everybody celebrate. Now there's only 1 shield, so that makes it easier. We can probably clean up from here. Let's hit the med bay, because that's probably where they are. You pick up more chatter from the enemy ship. You know what? Forget this. Prepare for retreat. Looks like I'm making a hasty getaway. Ah, that's annoying. Do I get another chance to shoot before they do? Because I can hit their piloting. Hopefully this works. Okay, yeah, their piloting's down. They can't jump away. I can kill them. Phew. That was more difficult than it needed to be. I mean, I can afford one weapon system upgrade, but that doesn't do anything. So, without all 3 bars, it's pointless. We are still saving up for 265 more scrap, I think. Sarah with stars, welcome in. Thank you for redeeming tea-leaved willow as your flower of the day. Sarah with stars says, hello friendies. Hello best Sarah with many stars. It is good to see you. So we're playing FTL. We are still getting absolutely destroyed out here. Hope you are having a good day. The Mantis hail you. Their captain says, I claim this vessel for my own, for my clan. Good hunting. Are we being speedy, says Sarah with stars. No, actually, we've failed to outrun the rebels twice already in this, this run. And our ship is mostly dead. I will put my cloak back on as they have a rather big-ass missile launcher over here. I will attempt to hit, but I'm not making any promises. Okay, I did get a missile off, but we did also hit their weapons. So, if we're lucky, that will be the only missile they get off, and we will not take any damage, which would be nice. But aside from that, top gaming, right, says Sarah with stars. And Harry says the title's been accurate today. We haven't died yet, which is, so the title's been accurate in that regard. We have been going rather slow, though. We were already in Sector 3 when we started today, and I think we're in Sector 6 or 7 now. Yeah, and it's nearly 2 hours in. I'm cheering for you, says Sarah with stars. Well, thank you, bestest Sarah. That is very nice of you. This weapon can't hit me. I'm going to shields. Good. I think we're okay now. Yeah. They're basically dead with one more hit, hopefully. The ship explodes, leaving behind a substantial collection of useful scrap material. Okay. We are slowly making our way around to that store. We go to 3 beacons and still on to... I won't risk it, we'll go to just 2. Distress. Once you arrive at the location of this distress call, a civilian ship hails you. Thank you for responding to our beacon. Our FTL drive has gone haywire, and we can't plot a course to the nearest depot to get it fixed. Could you lead us there? Lead them to their destination or decline. Okay, sometimes this is good and sometimes it's a trap, but we'll try leading them because they give you scrap whether you lead them there or not. Scrap is good. Ooh, do we want to go to the store or the store? I think this store is probably actually better to go to because it reveals more things that might be things. So I'll go here. So don't get hit and all will be perfect, says Sarah with stars. The struggling Mantis cargo ship headed for the node raises what's left of shields as you jump in. You power up your weapons as a show of force, and they reluctantly agree to offload some of their cargo to you for a price. But isn't that nice? This, I don't think, is that useful, especially at this point in the game. That's completely useless. We do have the option of buying another crew member. It would be nice to have someone on sensors, but I think we can live without it. We've lived without it this long. Definitely don't want to sell anything. Definitely want to repair a bit. I might just repair and leave it at that, to be honest. But I did want to repair. In fact, I'll repair a little bit more. I think they're going to be taking damage. So we're just waiting for this number to get to 265, I think. Which we can probably manage in this sector. If we have some good fights. Okay, can't get to that quest here. We can get to that quest by going like 1, 2, 3. No, hang on. 1, 2. Okay, yeah, we can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to get to that quest, I think. And then we can come up. This is connected, so we don't have to go like that. We can go like that. Okay, we'll try that. You spot a small rebel ship nearby. It appears to have been refitted for transport rather than combat. In this game, that means it's heavily armed. It does not seem to want to engage you. Well, we're going to engage it anyway. Come on. Trying to escape. Okay, well, let's try and not have them escape. Yes, could be a bad idea. Because the fleet could... I don't know if this causes the fleet to pursue us more. This is a... that's a defense drone. This is defense drone Mark II, so it can shoot down lasers, potentially. Although not all of them. Just try and get the shields down a bit. Okay. I would have got their shields down there if I hadn't missed 2 things at once. I think they're probably just going to get away from us. Yeah. Okay. We tried. I mean, I say we tried. We landed no shots on them. Hello, Sharp Objects. Welcome in. Sharp Objects says, weapons guys shoot at the engine and steering wheel. And the chrome spoilers, aye aye Captain. Actually, who was weapons guy in Star Trek? There's a couple of Star Trek fans in chat who can probably help you with that. Ekov, says Ren. I don't know. I just play the video games. That is an empty beacon. Okay, that was needlessly close to the rebels for no reason, but this is more interesting. Okay. Why do we always get the encounter that... why do we always get the encounter that offers to give away fuel when we have low fuel? We have 33 missiles, but we only have 7 fuel and it wants us to give away 3. What the hell. It's a lot of scrap, so it's probably worth it. Let's just hope we don't run out of fuel. Of course we'll immediately run out of fuel. Stop giving us... Stop giving us empty beacons. We're going to run out of fuel at this rate. Right. If this quest gives us good scrap rewards, we might have enough scrap to upgrade the weapon system. But it could also be a trap. 58. Shortly after you arrive, the ship you were escorting jumps nearby. They thank you for your help and offer you a reward. Also some more fuel. We are very close. One more fight that we actually win and we'd be able to get this weapon online, and then our ship is actually pretty powerful. My concern now is we run out of fuel. Right, how many more jumps can we do? 1, 2... I think we can do 3 more. I think we can go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I think, and I could be proved wrong, that we can go to here, here, and here. LT Bagger says Worf in Next Generation. Sharp Objects says I thought Worf was like the ship's bouncer who got beat up a bunch. Harry says we had so much. Yeah, we wasted all our fuel, I guess. Debagger says was Tasha Yar in season 1. Worf took over. I could have bought more fuel at the store. I was just so determined to get enough scrap for this. Have the max weapon power. Which, you know, it's quite a lot of firepower that I'll have. It should be enough to take on most ships. It's just that I might lose for other reasons than lack of firepower. Like running out of fuel. A mantis ship hails. Ah, fine prey, fine prey. We honour you with our most eviscerating arsenal. You sense a cloud to this silver lining and power the weapons. Okay, they are definitely going to be boarding us. But that's alright, we're prepared for that. Ah, right. Interesting of them to choose the med bay for boarding, because we can just fight them and heal ourselves in the med bay while they're fighting. Nice. Probably should have that extra evade, given that the engine room is unmanned. Okay, that was a missile. I'm going to cloak through it. Okay. Technically, I was only 90% evade, so I think that hit. I rolled a 1 in 10 for that to hit, which is a shame, but never mind. See if we can take any shields out. We took shield, 1 point of shield, that's good. They are gone, let's go back. I'm not going to fix this whole breach until we're out of the fight. I will put the O2 back on though. Okay. They seem to have repaired, they haven't fully repaired the shields, but they're back up to 3 bars, so let's get them again. Okay. Is annoying. Hit just before our cloak came back. Now we can probably start targeting their weapons. Weapons are down, which is good because we have 2 holes in our ship. Don't know if they're going to bother teleporting back in or not. Set the teleport just in case. Ooh! Hello, Nit. Sorry, I was paying attention to the fight. I didn't see you. There's some chat happening here. Nit says hello. Sharp Object says, did Captain Picard fire her, but kept Worf going because he thought him getting beat up was funny. I want to see outtakes of the guy who played Worf and Patrick Stewart wrestling. Ren says, yeah, I was good about an alien. Tibago says, I think Worf fighting Kirk would be more entertaining. That would be interesting. Would Kirk rip his own shirt off to try and intimidate Worf, or would it just come off in the melee? Yeah, one or the other is happening. Sharp Objects, that's a very good point. Nit says, holy shit, this run is blessed. Great weapon loadout and cloak peak. Well, not quite great weapon loadout. Because I was saving up the scrap to upgrade the weapons enough to actually use all 3 of these, but now I think we are finally there. And I can do that. We are almost out of fuel, but we did just get 3 back as well. So yeah, this is definitely going better than any of our previous runs. I think I just upgrade weapons now. And now I can use this beam. I mean, more power will be good because, like, my engines are going to be on half power, but yeah. Now I can take down any number of shields with this and then use this to deal damage, rather than having to rely on my burst laser to get their shields and use this to deal damage. Nit, thank you so much for redeeming Marsh Yellowcrest as your flower of the day. Sharp Object says, thank God Kirk's trousers were made of sterner stuff. Nit, I think, is a fan of the halberd beam. This is a good weapon. It does 2 damage per room, which is... yeah. Slow but reliably powerful standard beam weapon. Takes a while to charge, but assuming I manage to get... so between them, these have 5 shots. If I manage to take down the shields with those 5 shots, then this can do pretty much 6 to 8 damage immediately, depending on how the rooms are laid out. So yeah, a bit more evade would be nice, a bit more power so I can, like, not have to choose between oxygen and cloak or whatever. Would be nice. We need to fix the holes in our ship as well. But this NG has faster repair as well, and almost fully maxed out shield skill, not quite. Albert Beam is probably the third best weapon in the game and has some of my favourite moments, says Nit. Today I won a run with 1 hull left and 2 crew left, not even close. Well, congratulations, Nit. And I'm sure that run was on hard, so that's reasonable. Yeah. Nit, by the way, earlier in this run, we did get offered a weapon pre-igniter augment at a store, but sadly we did not have enough scrap to purchase it. I believe that's the best augment in the game, despite its high price, and Harry believes me, having acquired it on one of his runs recently. Sag happens though, yes, absolutely. Okay. As I say, I think I can go here, and then exit. I didn't use the tape measure on this one, maybe I should. You find the source of the distress call, a small research station. It appears to be a small laboratory fire got out of control and is threatening to destroy the station. Their fire suppression system is not responding. Send your crew in a shuttle to help put out the fire. I think that risks losing a crew member, which I don't want to do because I only have 4 and they're all highly trained. Doc and try to rescue the survivors. I think can do hull damage, but we might do that because I think we might get a crew member then, and it would be nice to have 1 extra because all 4 of these are tied to a system that they need to keep helping with. Nit says, I would argue Zoltan's shield is the best augment in the game, but you could make a case for both. Yes, that's true. I haven't actually been offered Zoltan's shield as an augment. Can you get it in a store, or is it just for the Zoltan ship? But yes, that would also be good. It's kind of the same as pre-igniter because it's like a free round of weapon shooting because your enemy's got to get through your Zoltan shield first. I will dock and try to rescue the survivors. Well, we got the bad ending, I think, because we didn't get any crew. You locate the highest concentration of life forms and bring the ship alongside the station. Before you can begin to offload the survivors, a huge blast splits the station apart. Your ship is thrown away and some debris pierces your hull. You watch helplessly as the last of the survivors are consumed in the collapse of the station. Okay, well, yeah, we got some more scrap, which is actually not bad. And I think I might actually buy a power bar with that. But we could power our engine a bit higher. At the moment, our cloak still isn't a guaranteed dodge. It's only 95% dodge. But if we fully power our engine, it's it's 40%, and then cloak is plus 60. I do quite want my cloak to be a guaranteed evade. Yeah, okay. Nit says Zoltan shield is only obtainable from the Zoltan quest in the Zoltan homeworld, or just play Zoltan. Yes, once you unlock the Zoltan ship. Yes. Sadly, Harry, unnamed redshirt, died in the station, but we will rescue another unnamed redshirt, or the start of our next run will have an unnamed redshirt in it. Let's go. Okay. I think this exit is still out of range, so we're okay. You find a rebel automated scout floating near this beacon. Despite its pristine condition, it appears to be deactivated. Yes, so see, we're getting 4 shield ships now. We only had we had another one with 4 shields before, but only when we were inside the rebel fleet. I think I'll still fight it though. I would like more than 24 scrap. And oh, it has 2 drones. I didn't see that. Well, we'll do what we can. I think I'm going to need my cloak because it has missiles. But I mean, one good hit from my weapons, and it should be. We'll only be able to do 6 damage. We can do more damage to ships that have lots of rooms close together, but the automated scouts spread them out. Is this still the Zania run, says Nit? Yes, it is. I've been a bit slow with the run. This is still the Zania run. Right, well, we basically just need to let our weapons power up, and then if they shoot a missile, we'll cloak through it, which we just did. Okay. Right. Shoot the shields, and if they all go down, use the beam. Done? Okay, they all went down. Use the beam. Ah, this is the short one. Yeah, we can only do 4 damage. Oh, no, we can do 6 damage with very careful placement, although I think the shield might be back up. Okay, we did 6 damage. More importantly, we took out some of their drones and weapons. Although not all of them. Well, that part of the engine wasn't powered anyway, so that doesn't actually matter. Well, our evade does drop. We lose 10% evade even though our engine didn't lose any power because our crew member isn't evading with the engine. They're having to repair the engine. That's probably okay. At the moment, yeah. That's a problem. At the moment my strategy is hit the shields with the lasers, and if they all go down, use the beam. It does help if all our weapons are powered though. Our cloak was back. It's just a hole in the ship, nothing to worry about. Okay, now I can cloak. What? Oh, our evade, sorry, our evade's only 80%. Yeah, that was... Okay, I'm going to shoot you even though I don't have the beam on board, just because it's frustrating. Yeah, this fight is proving harder than I thought. Also, people are actually nearly dead. On account of that fire. Harry is going to have to run around desperately fixing everything, I think. Actually, no, we can't not be fixing weapons. This is going badly. We might have to cut our losses and jump. I don't really want to, but we might have to. It's fine, they soon run out of missiles, probably only 4 left. That's true, just as well because our cloak is broken. I can just get the halberd beam charged up, we can actually do something. Ow. That was a medbay, I kind of needed that. Don't jump, they just ran out of missiles. When you're so bad at shooting the enemy, they literally run out of missiles. Right. All I need is all of these to hit, and then we can do damage. There we go. Now we can do dump, and then damage. See? Look, we do lots of damage when we do damage. It's just... hello Alice, who says fastest Emma. No, this has been another long, slow fight, but I'm doing my best. And Ratmost. Wow, Alice and Ratmost showing up at exactly the same time. Almost as if it's a conspiracy. I mean, I'm just saying. Alice is well known to be a big fan of rats. And Ratmost is a rat. So... You see what I'm getting at here? It's a conspiracy. Halberd beam goes with 1 shield, by the way. That'll do 1 less damage. Yeah, I suppose I could just shoot it anyway. I always want to sink it with a volley of the other weapons. I suppose what I could do is move it. At the moment, my halberd beam gets depowered if weapons are damaged. It might be better for my heavy laser to get depowered, because I could still knock out 3 shields with my burst laser 2 and then do some damage with my halberd beam. So maybe that's a better way to arrange the weapons. I don't know. I think we're mostly safe now. I'm still cautious. Let's just remember to hit 1 and 3 now. Shoot the 2 laser. There we go. Okay, 43 scrap. We could have had like 20 scrap for free by just not activating the ship, which may have been worth it. Yes, well coordinated, says Ratmost, and I agree. Please don't die. We have some redeems coming in. I'm going to get one more power point. This might be the last point of power I get, but I do want that guaranteed evade on Cloak. So my evade is now 40%, with Podge at the helm.
Spignal, bad money, fair wort, beast's wort, mea mathematicum.
Classic LT Pago combo, read it from the first hit. See, Nit hasn't been here long, but already knows how these streams work. Right, apart from the fact my hull is half dead, this is actually reasonably good. We are going to make it to the exit. Yep, we can jump to the next sector. You arrive near a damaged and dilapidated space station. It appears to be abandoned, but you detect faint life signals on board. Board the station, look for survivors, scraps, and debris. Does this have a risk of losing crew members? What the hell. Never mind. All around you is a stench of death and decay. The life sign reading must be malfunctioning, because you really don't doubt anything could be alive in here. You quickly return to the ship. Well, we got some scrap, which is good. We got some scrap. There are things like it can be useful to put a second point into systems just so they don't get immediately destroyed when they get hit. Especially like sensors and doors, because they're cheap. 4 shield bars can be useful too, but it's expensive. I think on easy you can pretty easily get 4 shield bars by the end of the game, but not so much on normal. 1/4 chance. Okay, well that was fortunate we didn't hit that. I'm just going to jump to the next sector and then we will break and do our redeems. Pirate controlled or rock homeworlds. 4 shields? What's that? Asks Nit. It's that thing you have to face on the enemies at the end of the game. I think on hard, can't some of them even have 5 shields? Do we want pirate controlled or rock homeworlds? Homeworlds are like, they have an extra quest in them, don't they? So they can be good. So I'm guessing we should go for that. It's interesting that we get that after we already had a rock sector earlier. We'll go for rock homeworlds. We are low on fuel again, it's worth pointing out. The Rock people are a powerful and proud race. It is not unheard of to have a peaceful journey through their lands, but don't count on it. Never 5 shields, but sometimes they do up to 10 power. Oh, 10 power in weapons. Okay, that's interesting because that's more than the player ships can do. We can only do 8 power in weapons. I don't think we will be having a peaceful journey through their lands. So this is Sector 7. This is the last sector before the final one with the boss fight in it. Ratmost wants to see 4 shields. I just want to not die. What I want to see right now is a store to buy fuel and repair. However, what we're doing first is, courtesy of our friend LT Bago, we do get the rock music for the redeem, which is nice. Below, hi, if you would sit over there for 1 moment. Zoltan's shield is actually the 5th shield. I suppose so, yes. I will drink some water. Nit says, Rock OST is the only good thing about this sector. Screw missiles. Was Rock Homeworlds a bad choice then? Oh dear. Thirsty Emma, says LT Bago. Possibly. So we're taking a quick break from the game, but I'm not going anywhere, don't worry. When I'm not playing video games on the internet, I am a botanist in real life, and I like to celebrate that with my viewers by having this redeem. Choose any plant you like, preferably a British wildflower, and I will talk about it. Tibago has chosen a plant called Bad Money, also known as Spignal, Bearwort, Beastwort, or Mew. And I believe chose it because somebody got it as their flower of the day earlier, and I said I didn't know what it was. So thank you, Tibago, for causing me to have to look it up. I will look it up. So the name doesn't ring any bells, but let's see. Oh, this. Okay, I think people eat this. Or at least, like, use it as a herb or something. Okay, let's find a good picture. Is it an umbellifer? The leaves make it look like an umbellifer. I think it is. Okay, yeah, aromatic herb, the internet's describing it as. Here's a good picture of the flowers, and then here's one of the leaves. There we go. Explanation for Bad Money is on the wiki, by the way. Okay, well, I'll read my book first, and then we'll have a look at the wiki. Second. Oh, stupid heavy books. Hello, Elias. Blowhigh is here, don't worry. I just can't really pick up these books with a blowhigh on my lap. Because of the books, not the blowhigh. They're a bit heavy. But thank you, Alice, for reminding me to bring blowhigh back at the end. Shork needs botany. Okay, right, let's see if I can do this. Come on, blowhigh. You can find Mium Athamanticum in the book for me. Is it that page, blowhigh? No, okay. Is it that page? No, this page. Here we go. Mium 121. It's in this book, which, as we know, is the best book. Mium Athmanticum, also known as Spignal. Okay, I see immediately why I'm not familiar with it. It is a native plant, but it only grows in Scotland and the very north of England. It is not found anywhere in the south. A perennial herb of deep, neutral or mildly acidic brown earth soils. Its habitats include unimproved pastures, hay meadows, mown roadside banks, woodland clearings, riverbanks, and drumlins. Usually found on east-facing slopes in extensively grazed pastures with low levels of disturbance and shading. Despite being typical of mountainous regions, it is usually found below 300 meters altitude, though there are populations higher. We've got 610 meters at Melmerby High Scar in Cumberland. It is native in Britain. Many sites for this plant were lost before 1930 as a result of agricultural improvement of grassland. And probably also through deliberate destruction because it can taint cow's milk. Interesting. So we've obviously come across a lot of plants in this segment of my streams where there's been a loss of the natural plants due to habitat destruction or even climate change. Deliberately destroying plants is not something that comes up often, but yeah. Agriculture can lead to that. If the plant is harmful to agriculture directly, then people will actually target that plant specifically. There have been further losses since the 1960s, continuing in the latter part of the 20th century, though new sites have also been discovered in recent years in Scotland. It requires open conditions brought about by extensive grazing or a cutting regime, and so suffers from neglect that allows the spread of bracken and scrub. However, some populations have declined as a result of overgrazing. Yeah, that's not a good combination to have. A plant that's reliant on open spaces created by grazing, but also is undesired in cow's milk. Therefore, if the grazing has been done by cows, it's going to be killed anyway. Well, that is a very interesting plant. Thank you for bringing it to my attention, T-Bago, and I guess also the random plant generator in my bot, which actually gave it to someone. Looks like there are a couple of randoms in the middle of nowhere, northwest Wales. Good point, T-Bago. No, you are quite correct. So the main population is in Scotland and a little bit in Cumbria, but yes, northwest Wales, which is also a mountainous area, has some, and I suspect that in the past it was probably present in other mountainous areas, like maybe South Wales or even the Peak District. Yeah, actually, looking at the atlas, pre-1930 there are some records in the Peak District, which is a little bit further south in England. So yeah, they must have been destroyed. Which I'm going to see. I'm going to look at the wiki now because T-Bago says it has interesting information. Plant nerfed by life, says Nit. Yes, I'm curious now to find out why it's called bad money. Okay. Okay, I can't be bothered to spell this word. I'm going to copy and paste it out of the redeem. There we go. Mium is a monotypic genus, so there's only one species starting with Mium, and it's this one. It's a highly aromatic perennial plant. Common names in the UK include Old Money and Spignal, also Spikenal. Not a very common plant in the UK. It is also found in Bulgaria and mountains of Western and Central Europe. So it's not that this is not the only place you find it, but it's still important to conserve it here. It has been cultivated in Scotland where the roots were eaten as a root vegetable. Okay, it did seem like it was edible. Roots were eaten as a root vegetable. The delicate feathery foliage has been used as a condiment and in the preparation of a wide variety of home remedies as a diuretic to control menstruation and uterine complaints and to treat hysteria and stomach ailments. Okay, so some edible and medicinal uses, possibly. It never says how good it is at medicinal uses, because that tends to rely on Wikipedia. That would require like reliable sources like academic studies. It just says it's been used for this, not that it's been successfully used for this. The scent has much in common with Angelica, which is another Embellifer, and the flavour is somewhat like Melilot. Okay, we do get wild Melilot here. It is communicated to milk and butter when cows feed on the foliage in spring. Yes, that was what the book was saying. The curious name Bold Money or Bad Money is said to be derived from the name of the god Balder in Scandinavian mythology. Okay. So yeah, the son of the god of Odin, the god Odin and the goddess Frigg. So a brother of Thor. Apparently this plant is named after him. In German it is known as Beerwort. Feminine gender for the plant and masculine gender der for a variety of Bavarian schnapps which is flavoured with its extract. Okay, so it is still used as an edible plant, I guess, at least in Germany. That is an interesting plant. I'm glad I read all of that because I like to think I know our wildflowers, and then something like this comes up, and I realise I actually didn't know any of that. So thank you for that one. I'll quickly show you. Here's the map of where it actually grows. Bear in mind that these light-coloured boxes are pre-1930s records. So you can see that it used to be here in the Peak District, but no longer. Still clinging on in North Wales, it looks like, but mostly in Scotland. I have been fairly close to here. Yeah, this is the M6 as it winds its way through the. Well, you've got the Lakeland Fells here and the Pennines here, and it sort of goes through a pass between them. I've driven along here, and as far as I can tell, it's pretty much found on the M6. So I've almost certainly seen it out of the window at high speed, but I don't think I've ever identified it in the wild. I would have remembered that interesting name if I had. But yeah, that little area here, which is National Park, so it is protected, that seems to be its main location in England, and then many locations in Scotland. Not right up in the Northern Highlands, interestingly, but over here. Pretty sick name, to be honest, says Knit. I am inclined to agree. That concludes our botany segment. If you can stand to lose the blowhigh for just a few more seconds while I put the books back. Howie is distressed by the loss of a blowhigh, but don't worry, look, here he is again. No, blowhigh didn't die. No. Trust me, Knit. Blowhigh, Dr. Blowhigh is our pilot on our ship. We cannot afford to lose him. So, yeah, that is not something that we would want. Okay, he's alive. Yes, look, here he is. Our master pilot, providing a much-needed +10 to evasion. Yeah, I'm a bit worried about the lack of fuel that we're facing right now, if I'm honest. But let's see how it goes. Okay. Music back up. A distress beacon. What could possibly go wrong? A ship without life forms within a nearby dense asteroid field is giving off the distress call. Shall we investigate? It could be dangerous. Balder is the god of light and radiance, joy and purity, peace and forgiveness in Norse mythology. Interesting that a plant that taints milk is dedicated to the god of purity, says LT Bago. Yes, quite. But then Norse mythology is weird sometimes, so I don't know. Maybe they named it that for another reason. Knit says fuel isn't that important, just need a tad more to get to Sector 8, but in Sector 8 you get 10 fuel instant. Yes, that's true. We should be fine then. Let's search for this ship. Oh, I figured we were going to have to fight something. You find a pirate ship damaged and abandoned. You salvage what you can and move on. Yes, well, the thing is, if you only get one fuel from each encounter, then your fuel stays. You don't get fuel. You lose a fuel jumping, and then you get a fuel. So you really want to get more than one fuel every so often. Yeah, we are borrowing this stuff. Very, very true. Oro, yes. El Tobago typed Oro and then added a B, and it says Oro B. Okay. Did we do anything with 98 scrap? Probably, right? But like, I could upgrade doors at least in case we get a border. It would have been nice to have a 5th crew member who could like stand in sensors or doors if we needed it, or go to repair something. But it's not. Sure. Ah, store. Okay. Let's go to one more beacon and then a store just in case there's something good. More systems would be great. Ideally, hacking and mind control, but defense drone could be good too. Yeah, this run doesn't have the advanced edition content knit, so there's no hacking or mind control. But yes, I passed up defense drone just because I did the NG Cruiser run with defense drones, and they were. It didn't go very well. But yes, I probably should have bought drone control when I had the chance. Minute fissures in the shields spark and crackle as the ship jumps into the wake of a huge asteroid. More asteroids follow, as does a lost and aggressive rock pirate ship, which immediately cloaks. Interestingly, cloak doesn't work against asteroids. Apparently, yeah. Well, maybe it works against some of them, but an asteroid just hit when they were cloaked. Okay. Do we need to... Well, they got a bomb weapon, haven't they? Just wondering if we need to cloak. Maybe. Ow. Oh, right. No, you're right. The combination of ironing the shields plus that beam can actually hit. Okay, the answer is yes, we probably did need to cloak. Okay, next time they attack, I'll cloak. Get my shield back, please. Right, what do we attack? Let's shoot at this with our thingies. Oops, that, and then please hit everything, thank you. And then we do this, and what's the most rooms we can hit? Can we hit 5 rooms on these ships? I feel like there should be a way to hit 5, but maybe it's 4. Okay, I think it's only 4. 4 is the most, yeah. Well, let's hit the all-important doors, but also shields and weapons. Go that way. There we go. So you see, one full volley from our weapons, and they're already in pretty bad shape. And we just have to actually hit that volley. Okay, I think we timed our cloak correctly that time. If we do that again, like that should be all we need to do to win, I think. It's like this. And then zoop, and zoop. Okay, didn't quite kill them, which I was hoping they might. Let me turn my oxygen back on. Come on, uncloak, thank you. Oh, fire. I don't like fire. Fire burns. There we go. O2 is a privilege, not a necessity, says Nit. Yes. Right, this is annoying. This always annoys me when there's an asteroid field. So your ship is technically in danger, so you can't upgrade it. You have to jump somewhere else first. I want to upgrade now. It's probably best to save this for the store anyway. Okay, we'll go to the store. Rock tolerate few aliens in their space, but even they seem to respect the wisdom of the Zoltan. A few of them have established a trading post in the husk of an abandoned capital ship. You should see store first and pray for the 1/3 defense drone with drone control. Drone control, no defense drone. Okay. We don't have the weapon pre-igniter. This does improve weapon cooldown. This is useless at this late in the game, I think. This is maybe good. We could get another crew member. Rocks are not exactly ideal for being the crew member that runs around the ship to fix things because their movement speed is halved. But they do have lots of health and they're immune to fire. So it could be nice to have another crew member. I don't think we need a weapon because we are using all our weapon power. Might buy a couple more fuel just in case. You could replace the NG with it. Well, yeah, but the NG has double mastery in shields and this repair, so like I kind of want the NG in shields because the shields charge faster. Oh, yeah, Harry is not not too happy about that prospect. But you're right, yes. We could, in emergency, we could put the rock in the shields and send the NG to repair something. That is quite true. Right, let me fix some stuff first. Let's put these fixed up to like there. Maybe buy one more fuel. So I know I can reach the exit. I don't know. Are any of these augments actually good? This doesn't seem that good. Like, it seems like it might be better to just upgrade the ship. I'm just an optimal captain. Either you have fun in S.H.I.E.L.D. or you live by repairing the ship. Okay. Let's get... yeah, okay. Let's get a rock. Just we haven't had a rock crew member before, and I do kind of want to show off the game, so let's get one. And shield charge booster is good for phase 2 boss. Yeah, okay, we'll get that then. There we go. I did things. Maybe not optimal things, but I did things. Yeah, so this is the speed that rocks move, but we could park the rock in sensors. I say The Rock. This is not The Rock, as in the well-known wrestler and actor. But what they are is our next Name a Crew Member redeem, which, courtesy of El Tibago, is going to be called Unnamed Red Shirt. Unnamed Red Shirt. Unnamed Red Shirt. Okay. Unnamed Red Shirt. Or Unname, as the game is going to call them. Dwayne is on your crew, says Nit. I feel like Dwayne's combat skill would probably be higher. Yes, if this game wanted to put a fun Easter egg in, it could spawn a rock crew member with combat mastery named Dwayne. Dwayne the Rock. Get it? I hope he's a better crew member than he is now. LT Bago is not a fan, really. Okay, well, we still have a chance to earn a bit more scrap and upgrade our ship a bit before the final sector. which we will probably need to do. Let's go to this distress beacon, shall we? Aha! I knew someone would fall into our dastardly trap. It appears this distress beacon was nothing but a decoy for a pirate ambush. Okay, well, never mind. Oh, they have missiles, so let's probably cloak. Shoot the missile. Nice to have full 100% evade. Okay. That's a Zoltan. We might be able to kill the Zoltan if we hit this target. Be interesting. And can we... Okay, yeah, we can still only hit 4 systems, but we'll hit 4 systems. Yeah. Okay. Another volley like that should be all we need. You could, yes, if you could just miss that missile, please, that would be very convenient. And here. No, we can get more than that. We almost killed the crew before the ship there, I think. Okay, yeah, 60 scrap is good. Oxygen back on. I don't really need another crew member in... I don't really need another point in sensors because we can park our crew member in there. They're not doing anything else. AI targeting an empty room with small bomb. Yeah, small bomb is the one that doesn't damage systems. It only damages... No, sorry. The small bomb doesn't damage hull, it just damages systems, I think. So, yes. It's a good thing the AI in this game is stupid, because the game would be even harder if it wasn't. Every teleporting bomb doesn't do hull damage. Yeah, that's what I figured. Is it worth getting one more power bar so we don't have to turn the oxygen off to use the cloak? I think it actually might be. Yeah. I think that's going to be all the power we need, and then I might just upgrade some systems to have a buffer on them. AI has smarter targeting in higher difficulty. It definitely becomes a pain. Okay, good to know. If we ever play this on hard, we might get to discover that. Another store. Okay, I should really start checking this map before I upgrade things. We'll go this way. A motley collection of rock ships are stationed around this beacon. They look to have resorted to a pirate's life. Defensive maneuvers. Okay. I guess we sit here for a bit while they're cloaked. They have some weapons that can hit us, but fortunately they didn't. They can iron our shields there. Well, we're certainly not killing the crew on this one. Rocks have 150 HP. So they've only got 2 shields right now. They had 3 shields when they started. What's happening? Okay. Shoot here. And then do this, probably. Yes, okay, well there we are, they're half dead already. I don't think we have anything to worry about. If you could just maybe not cloak for quite so long. Ah, level 3 cloak, okay. I thought that cloak was a bit longer than the other one. This is a level 3 cloak apparently. I don't really need to wait for the halberd beam to charge if the shields are down, do I? I can just fire everything as it's ready. There we go. So you see, this ship is a lot more powerful than some of the ships we had earlier in this run. I can go here and still make it back to the store. Yeah, okay. Just in case they've got a weapon pre-igniter augment. You are immediately messaged by an imposing-looking rock war vessel. You're the ship off to save the Federation, aren't you? And you expect to survive with that hunk of junk? No, but we're going to save them or die trying. We're strong enough to destroy you or ignore them. We're definitely going to save them or die trying. This is Rock Quest, by the way, says Nit. Ooh, okay. Do we have to pick the correct option here to get the Rock Quest? Just for the sake of showing it to the stream. I feel like both of these options are good. Both are the same. Okay, that makes sense. Well, I choose the first one. The latter being more likely. Still, we can potentially help you in your precious fleet. But you'll need to prove yourself first. Meet us at these coordinates. They jump away. I did a quest marker to your map. Yeah, okay. Well, we were gonna go that way anyway. If I go to the store, I can still do that, can't I? Let's look in the store. Why not? I can think of reasons why not, but... Stealth weapon, not really. FTL jammer, not really. Go fast to the quest. Okay, I will go fast to the quest. I will also like 60 points of hull. Okay. You might not have time to get the quest done because it's Sector 7, we'll see. Okay, I can get to the quest in 2 jumps though, so I will do that. Ooh, sell 12 drone parts for 48 scrap. See, Nit? This is why it's useful to not have a drone subsystem. It isn't, but sometimes you get extra scrap. Okay, I won't upgrade anything just yet. Do not kill them, let them flee for the quest. Okay, thanks for the advice. Let's go to the quest. We only have 2 fuel left, by the way. Imagine if we get the quest, but then we can't get to it because of the fuel. You arrive at the coordinates given and find yourself dangerously close to an M-class star. Last time this happened, my ship was on fire for most of Sector 1. The other ship messages you. Let's see how long your puny ship can handle this heat. Prepare for a challenge. So I need to not kill them, is that right, Nit? Okay, they're immediately charging up. Okay, well they're charging their FTL drive and they're also cloaked. So it's not that hard to not kill them. Let's send a rock to their rock and also here. Maybe bring you in as well. When you say don't kill them, can I at least kill their borders? Just not the ship. I hope the game still gives yourself enough time for quest. Yeah, well, we'll see. I'm going to need my med bay. I suppose I can just cloak if there's a solar flare about to hit. Oh. Okay, apparently the solar flare doesn't believe in cloak. That's an interesting one. You can kill the borders, but probably won't succeed. Yeah, they were rocks, so yes. As they jump away, they relay coordinates to your navigation system. That must mean for you to follow them. Upon examining your map, you realise you just won't have time and need to get to the Federation base. You leave the quest for another day, too close to the end of the game. It's fine, Nit, it's fine. Well, okay, so at least we know how the rock quest works. If we get the rock homeworlds again on another run through, then we'll know exactly what to do. But yes, thank you for the advice, Nick. And our ship is on fire. I hope that I can put this out before another solar flare happens. So before Podge dies. After they also full heal you. Yeah, that would be nice. Solar flare imminent. The solar flare shouldn't work through cloak. But it does. Okay. Are we going to spend the... Are we going to be locked in a permanent cycle of trying to... Okay, no, everything is done. Right. People are healed enough. You'll just have to get on with it. I haven't assigned a location to our rock yet. Thank you for being cute, Knit. It is much appreciated. Slave crew member... Okay, well now we definitely have time to go to here, here and then here. Yes. Thank you. You find a disabled rock transport floating near the beacon. You consider stripping it of useful parts, but are uncertain why it's there in the first place. Well, let's strip it. Ooh. Sadly, fuel is not one of the things we found. Rather hoping it would be. I hope we get fuel from this location, otherwise we're actually stuck and the rebels are going to catch us. That would be a terrible way to end the run. Okay, this should give us fuel. You passively scan a small rock station that is next to the beacon. However, they must not have appreciated your curiosity. A rock ship pulls away from the station and you register an incoming teleporter signal as well. Okay, I guess we have some rock borders. We probably should have healed, but never mind. Oh wow, lots of rocks. Hard fight, good luck. Well, we've got a lot of rocks, that's for sure. That could be a problem. Like to not die. Right. Okay, yeah. This ship is hard to use with my halberd beam because all the systems are really spaced apart. Also, I don't want my crewmates to die. I can still hit 4 systems, but I can only hit 3. Actually, well, I can hit an empty room, maybe. I want to hit weapons and shields. Oh god, don't kill Blowhigh. Ah, damn it, they killed Blowhigh. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention to the fight. Sorry. Okay, that might have been run ending because we have no pilot now. I mean, we can put our rock in the crew. Yeah, sorry. We've got no oxygen either. It's difficult to pay attention to everything. Our shields are getting thoroughly bashed. They managed to hit our O2 with a missile whilst we're already in it, and now it's on fire. We might just have to let these rocks beat up our shield. The annoying thing is, I really want to get to Sector 8, just get the achievement for getting to Sector 8. I don't care about the... So in under normal circumstances, I would jump away from this fight, but I don't have any fuel, so I can't. Because I need air. The rocks? I guess technically not. But they're destroying my... I have no shields. So I'm just gonna die, like, immediately. I'm gonna die from lack of oxygen. Anyway, but... okay. Normally I would accept the offer to end this fight, but there's no fuel in the surrender offer, so I'm going to have to not. Okay, they teleported away. Oxygen is fixed, we need to fix the shields. Sorry, I lost. I should not have lost the pilot. I'm trying to focus on this and this, and you'll notice I'm playing the game in like half-second increments, pausing and unpausing. I'm finding it a little difficult. Hope they don't jump away, because if they jump away, we don't give me fuel. Okay, please give me fuel. Okay, they give me fuel. Right, well, apart from losing... Put the Rockman as pilot is best way for it. Yes, I'm going to put the Rockman as pilot. The problem is we lose 10% evade. Which means that our cloak is no longer... yeah, we've got lots of scrap. I might have to upgrade engines just because our cloak is no longer a guaranteed evade. I agree it's winnable, especially by a skilled player such as Nit here. Okay, let's finish this sector and then consider what we want to upgrade. Yeah, okay, so you get an upgrade here, don't you? As you arrive in the system, you are hailed by a loyalist settlement. Upon learning of your quest, they offer you supplies. Thank you for the supplies. Level 5 engine is good, and level 5 engine is really good anyway. Yeah, I think we're going to have to get level 5 engine. So that's going to be... I think we need another... Do we need another power for that? We want to use our cloak and not run out of oxygen. I feel like another... okay, yeah. I think the only major thing I did wrong was letting Dr. Bloweye die. Sorry, Bloweye. I spotted it, and he was walking out of the room. It's just that the enemies get another shot in while you're walking out the room. I had directed him to walk out the room. Get a buffer in O2 and piloting too. Fourth bubble, yeah, fourth bubble level 2 cloak. I have a buffer in piloting already, or I have 1 point buffer in piloting. I agree on the O2. Yeah, I can afford max shield. Although, Nit's earlier comments, he didn't seem a fan of max shield. Yeah, sorry, I have my camera over the subsystems, which I suppose I could put my camera in the top right, but then you couldn't see half the enemy ship sometimes. I'd have to get 2 more power bars, which I could afford. And I wouldn't be able to buffer anything else. I don't know if buffering cloaking is important. Fourth shield is good, just way too expensive for hard run. Yeah, this is only a normal run. Seeing enemy interior is not that important, unless... I think seeing enemy interior is useful if you're trying to kill the crew. But like, that's if you're just trying to get extra scrap from that, which we don't need. Blast doors help against boarders. We can probably fight the boarders with our 2 humans and an NG. Well, the flagship only has human boarders, doesn't it? Not mantis, if I remember correctly. I suppose we might still get more scrap, I suppose. I could do that for a 4th shield bubble, which uses all my scrap. We have exactly the right amount, which is... boarding the flagship is actually pretty easy in easy normal difficulties, isn't it? You can neutralise weapons in phase 1 and slowly kill the rest of the crew. Yeah, so sensors would be good for that. Obviously, I don't have a teleporter in this run. But yeah, that's an interesting strategy, killing the boss by boarding it. Okay, well let's go with this. This doesn't seem terrible. So we have a 4th point of shield now. Yeah, if you're going for like crew teleporter plus a boarding, like a strategy of boarding the enemy ship and killing the crew rather than shooting the enemy ship to destroy it, you obviously want Mantis, preferably multiple Mantis crew members. Nit says, I did a no weapon, no drone run. Boarding is fun. Yes, that sounds fun. Although, how do you kill the automated stations? Because those they have no air in them, and also the rooms aren't connected. So, wouldn't boarding be a bit difficult? Or do you just run away from those? Anyway, I think we're committed to this now, so let's go to next sector. It's always going to be the last stand. Oh, you have Clone Bay. Right, yes, okay, yes, so with Advanced Edition you can have Clone Bay. you just send the same Mantis in repeatedly and have them die. That's an amazing strategy. I love that. Okay. Sector 8. Right, well we got an achievement. We got an achievement for getting to Sector 8. Oh, we also, actually no, we get 2 achievements. We get the achievement for getting to Sector 8 without drones as well, because we don't have drones. Okay, well, no matter what happens, we have 2 achievements. You arrive at an outpost close to the Federation base. Your access codes get you past initial security, and an officer sets up a direct feed to the Federation base's war room. Admiral Tully speaks first, saying, "What is the meaning of this? Who are you? Explain your mission." Your explanation is met with murmurs of cynicism and disbelief among the officers. General Terzel of the NG Brigade speaks up. Intel suggests potential counter to rebel technology. Risk all or save none. Explain the weakness of the enemy fleet, the rebel flagship. Tully responds, "It's settled. The rebels will be here in a matter of moments. We will do what we can to hold off their warships, but you must succeed in destroying this flagship. Your current outpost can provide some repairs and fuel, and the other repair stations can provide aid as well. Good luck." They've repaired our hull, and we've also given us 10 fuel, which was nice of them. This is my favourite music in the game, by the way. Nit says, "If you're okay with it, I have an unlisted YouTube video for my boarding rebel flagship kill." Yeah, I don't think you can share links in the chat at the moment. Are you on my Discord, Nit? Because you're more than welcome to post it there. Let me send an invite to the Discord just in case you or anyone else wishes to join. And yes, obviously feel free to check it out there. Shame that Dr. Blowhigh isn't here to see this, but let's see what we can do. So we're in Federation space, but the rebels are... Yeah, so now the rebels aren't taking over, like, in a wave. Left to right. They're just gradually taking over beacons. So the flagship is here. Here's the rebel flagship. here's the Federation base. The flagship is going to go to the Federation base and try and destroy it. Some beacons are still under Federation control, but like they're about to gain control. This one, they'll gradually gain control of them all. And we can go up here to... this is like a store, but it just does repair. It just does hull and supplies, I think. Oh, Harry says unnamed red shirt's name is now appropriate as the achievement for making it to Sector 8 without losing anybody is called no red shirts here. Look, I made it to 1 jump before Sector 8 without losing anybody. I was very close to getting 3 achievements on this run, and not just 2. I was 1 jump away. But yes, there is a red shirt here, and we did lose somebody. Yeah, the flagship will destroy the Federation base if it spends 3 consecutive turns there. The red rotating flagship icon indicates its position. When the jump line from the ship is solid, it will jump to the indicated beacon on that turn. Repair stations partially repair for free. Basically, we just need to head over here. So I'm going to jump this way. You can have encounters that give you more scrap. But also, I think if you just start jumping around and the flagship gets here and spends 3 turns, you just auto lose without even fighting the flagship, which would be a shame. So I think I'm just going to try and jump over there. Sensors indicate that the rebels are setting up a forward jump beacon behind the nearby planet's moon. That's no moon. Wait, wrong thing. More importantly, a number of ships are passing by. Prepare for a fight. Right, now we have proper 4 shield rebel ships to fight. So hopefully our weapons hit. The 5 shots from these need to do 4 damage between them. If they only do 3 damage, we can still partially hit with the heavy laser. So it's not the end of the world. Am I going to want to cloak through things? Maybe. Defense drone. Oh, the defense drone can shoot down. This is Mark II defense drone can shoot down like laser beams as well as missiles, which is annoying. Nit says, I'm against fighting in Sector 8. I personally flee every fight unless I desperately need scrap. You need 30 hull for flagship. I mean, I won with 1 hull, literally needed 30. Yes, I mean, well, I will try and flee, but I'll also try and not die before I flee. I suppose then, yeah. I should cloak? The more engine power makes your FDL drive charge faster, as well as giving you more evade. So I probably want to use O2 for the cloak to minimize any chance of damage. Mark II shoots everything, yes. I mean, I'll still try and hit it. I might as well do something while I'm waiting for the the FDL to charge. Oh, I can hit... This ship design, I can actually hit 5 rooms. That's important to remember. Now then, do I run or do I get the scrap from this fight? I feel like they can't do much against me now. I might try and finish this fight. You can kill them though, I'm never as well equipped. Well, yeah, well if you're playing on hard knit then yes. So, for reference, easy difficulty level gives you more scrap and hard gives you less scrap. So if you get this far on hard, you are going to have worse upgrades because you will have been given less scrap even if you spend it optimally. Yeah, I think I can probably kill these guys. The thing, yeah. And that. There we go. So I didn't take any damage, and I do get 55 scrap, which might be useful. In fact, I could get even another point of reactor to power the cloak without having to depower oxygen. Ooh, there's an actual store. I didn't think there'd be an actual store. I could go to the store just because it's guaranteed to not be a fight, and then we could get to the base. Yeah, let's do that. You find yourself surrounded by a group of mysterious alien vessels. They hail you and apparently have some valuable technology for sale. Well, too late. I could have got a replacement crew member, I suppose. That's a good point. The crew members, like Sector 8 store, look, the crew members have got double mastery and things. If we'd got a double mastery pilot here to replace Stockblow. Yeah, we don't need any of this stuff. We don't need any of this stuff. We have 45. We have 45 missiles. If only there was a way to sell missiles. But yeah, now we can get to the base. Yeah, the rebels have control of this location, very dangerous. So we won't go there, we'll go straight to the base. You arrive near the Federation base to find the bulk of their fleet skirmishing with rebel forces. You hang back near the far side of the moon to avoid the conflict. There's not much you can do to help in that battle, and your mission holds the key to turn the tide of the war. You prepare to face the flagship. Good luck. Do you want advice in this fight, or just try to do your best? I have fought the boss before on easy, and my ship was like, well, even better upgraded than this, I think, because it was easy. So I think I more or less remember what's coming. Right, I should go here, shouldn't I? Because that's where the flagship's going. Okay, well, let's try and fight the flagship. Right, it's quite big. As you can see, that the halberd beam is a little less effective at taking out the weapons on this ship compared to other ships, because every weapon is in a separate room and none of those rooms are near each other. But it does still have rooms close together in the middle. And it also has 4 shields and lots of health. This is it, the Rebel flagship. If you are able to destroy this monstrosity, the Federation fleet will have a chance of surviving. There's no turning back. Okay. Well, of course it's immediately cloaked, because it would, wouldn't it? So the weapons it has are like super flagship weapons. Look, these things. They're like, this is like a missile, super missile launcher thing. Can't see much except charge for weapons. Right, 3 missiles at once. I think I'm cloaking through that. And then I could go for the missile launcher with this. Nit says, I looked it up, you get 3 more scrap per every event, fight, etc. on normal and hard. Yeah, so in the course of the game, that's going to add up to like probably over 100 scrap, which is maybe more, yeah, more than that, which is quite a lot. I wonder if I just want to try and take out this missile launcher. And then use the beam on the shields. We'll see. It doesn't have any drones, which is nice. Okay, we missed a load of stuff. I can still do a bit of damage to the ship. So it's only 3 shields next time. 200 to 300, I would say. Well, yeah, basically the difference between 3 shields and 4 shields. Yes, so you would typically be getting here with only 3 shields on hard. Okay. Also, all of our stuff is ioned. We only have 2 shields. That's a problem. Fortunately, we're done. Yeah, we would have 50% evasion at this point if we still had Blowhigh at the helm, but we at least have 40%, which is still quite good. Okay, I don't get to... Right, this is a problem. I don't get to cloak through these missiles now. Wow, they missed them all. What was the chance of that? Well, 40% to the power of 3, I guess. Rockman is doing his best. He's doing a great job. Unfortunately, they've repaired their shields, so we didn't really accomplish much. Okay. Right, let me actually try and permanently damage their shields. Ooh, somebody got a... Oh, right, yeah. Rockman just got a piloting mastery, so we just gained 2% evade, which is quite helpful, actually. Okay, that was a good hit. Okay, this time I can cloak through the missiles. And a cloak on me again. But we're not far off another round of lasers. They're very fast at repairing, these guys, but we are managing to get some damage in between. I mean, okay. We couldn't have used the beam that time because they still had 2 shield bubbles. So we're going to have to take another volley of missiles. Okay, they finally hit something. Good news is it was only doors. Okay. Okay. Right, so you might think, oh yay, we've defeated it, but no, it jumps away at the last moment. Just as you finally gain the upper hand, it finds a way to make an FDL jump. You've got to keep up the assault. Nit says they have 2 roamers just for repairing, that's why they repair fast. Yes, that makes sense. So, well, we're only 1 point, we only have 1 point of damage, which is good. Back in shield. So that was phase 1 of the boss fight. Now we need to fight it again. I could jump to the repair, but then I'd have to fight some rebels to get back to the base, and they might damage me again. So I feel like I should probably just follow the flagship, even with 1 point of damage. So I think I'll do that. Winnable, but not out of the woods just yet, says Nit. Thank you for your vote of confidence. Okay, we have a now slightly damaged flagship. You chase down the flagship and discover it is heavily damaged from the previous fight. Scans indicate that it has redirected considerable power to its drones. Get ready for a fight. So it's back up to 20 hit points and 4 shields, and yeah, now it's well, it's doing this. There are drones everywhere, so it has it's only a Mark 1 defense drone. But it has some combat drones. On top of it, still has all these weapons except this one. So yeah. Oh, it doesn't have its cloak anymore though, which is nice. So we don't have to. Ooh. Ah, it does also have a boarding drone. Boarding drone. Do we fight the boarding drone? I feel like we've kind of got to, because we can't starve it of oxygen or anything. So at least it's in the med bay. So we can fight it without dying, maybe. It does mean we don't have anyone on shields. I hate this boarding drone, I hate this boarding drone, I hate this boarding drone, says Nit. I don't blame you. I can relate. Oh wait. The oxygen's gone. Oh yeah, because the drone punches a hole in the... can the medbay can out-heal lack of oxygen, but can it heal... I don't think it can out-heal lack of oxygen plus drone shooting you. That might be a problem. Okay, I'd like to shoot the drones, but I think we still just have to shoot here. Maximise the chance we can actually use our beam. And it's a shame we have to hit most of these systems rooms. So I want to get all rooms of damage in. Okay. I think we are going to kill this drone, which is good news. Power surge detected. So how does that mean? So Ripley's nearly dead. The drone's dead. Okay, the drone is dead. Oh, power surge means cracked on the drones. Ah, okay. Yeah, in hindsight, Nick, I should have saved my cloak for this moment rather than the missiles. That's a lot of drones. What do I do about all these drones? Are they going to stay now? Because that's a problem. I think Ripley still heals. And the repair happens faster. Oh, I need oxygen though. It's fine, you only got 2 combat drones. Okay. That's good. I don't want Ripley to die, is the main problem here. Okay. Okay, we got some damage in. We actually didn't take any damage from those drones. Nice. You get back on shields. Red shirt level up. He did. He's a big boy now. Oh wow, wow. Okay, so unnamed red shirt actually in a very short space of time. But I guess we've just been evading so many shots. Has fully leveled up to their piloting skill. It's as if we had Dr. Blowhigh, except a slower, heftier Dr. Blowhigh. Okay. Well, we've taken down half the health. I guess it can do that drone thingy again. Oh, and missiles. Oh, and another border drone. Okay, well, I was just talking about how Unnamed Blowhigh was doing well. That might no longer be the case. But it's very good we had that buffer in O2, because O2 is still, we're still receiving oxygen, which is very good news. I should probably send someone to help with the border drone, but I want to give up. I suppose I am giving up evade. Yeah, my evasion is down because unnamed red shirt is fighting the border drone. You're not healed, but you're not going to be healed because the medbay is down. Seeing this fight without the hacking and mind control feels wrong to me, at least. I wanted to do it once without the advanced edition stuff, just because I'm partly doing this game. I'm partly streaming this game from nostalgia because I played it when it came out. But I agree. Right, medbay should fix fast with that, and then they can go and help with the drone. Medbay is fixed. You go in there. You keep healing for a bit. Okay, power surge detected. When do I cloak one with this? Now? glow, highest half dead wound. Oh, I didn't power the medbay, sorry. I didn't power the medbay, so you're not actually... This should take 8 hit points out, hopefully, and they should be nearly done. Yeah. You're gonna have to heal, and you go in. Actually, do I just leave it in there to destroy the piloting until I finish with the fight? We just need to get one more shot off. Right, cloak now. We should be able to evade the drones and the missiles. Oh, a missile still hit, but yeah. Oh, yeah, no. Our evade... well, our evade is only 75% even with the cloak. That's pretty bad. Yeah, our piloting is a bit of a problem right now. Okay, you two can fight the drones a bit. We really just need to charge our weapons. Never leave piloting empty, need dodge rate. Well, yeah, but I suppose that even fighting the drone, you still get some bonus. I couldn't leave unnamed redshirt in there if it would have died. But I get your point. Yeah, so he goes back up to 30. Okay. We should be killing the... Well, this is still only phase 2, right? This is killing... now. Get Ripley out of there. Okay. Right, so the flagship is going to jump away again. Okay, and I forgot. Yeah, human boarders will stay, but robot boarders will self-destruct when the ship does. So that's okay. We need to fix the oxygen. Okay, well I've taken 5 damage so far, so yeah, I've still got 25 health. That may not be enough. We'll see. Need to fix this. You go back in there, you are a weapons person, aren't you? You're playing good for now, says Nick. Yes, well, I'm trying my best. Okay. We did get more, we got more scrap. I suppose I could, I can't afford to do medbay and cloaking, but I could put a buffer into medbay or cloaking so that it doesn't get disabled. I don't think I want to cloak for... When I'm cloaking, I'm just cloaking to avoid one particular bad attack. Hello, Best Panda. Good to see you. Doors might be important, says Nit. Okay, is that a hint that we're going to get some borders? It is hinting at doors, so maybe we should get doors. Lana, thank you so much for redeeming Sticky Mouse here as your flower of the day. We are about to face the final phase of the final boss in this game. Okay, I will go with doors. Since we don't have anyone spare to put... If we had a spare crew member, we could just stand them in the doors to upgrade the doors, but we don't. We can jump back to this store. Yeah, we can actually heal by jumping back to the store. Assuming this store is still a store. Which it is. Okay. I mean, we might as well heal, right? Sorry, Bruce Garrick, you're not going to be on this mission. Phil Heel Pog. Well, yes. I mean, yeah, the repair stations will repair for free, but we can't really get up there without potentially having to fight. So if I come back here now, the flagship is not going to be there. But I can wait, can't I? Cassie, hello! Cassie and Lana, good to see you both turning up just in time for the final, the final fight. I don't know how much of my stream you've been watching because Coraline did redeem a crew member called Lana the Panda, and Cassie did also redeem a crew member. But I'm afraid both of those crew members did perish in our last run. But we started a new run and we're almost at the end of the game. So we'll see how we can do. It's alright, Lana, dying is normal in this game. This is a hard game. This isn't even on the hardest difficulty. It's okay, Lana, it's fine. Yes, Clive didn't make it, I'm afraid. Right, so yeah, I think I can press, yeah, if I press the wait button, then the ship is just going to come back and meet us. Waiting. Aha. You're not certain how it's able to keep fighting with the amount of damage it has sustained. It looks like it's transferred power to the teleporter as well as some kind of super weapon. Be prepared, this is it. Okay, super weapon, teleporter. Right, we're going to have to fight some boarders, which is a problem because we don't have any spare crew to fight the boarders, really. Emma going around at a funeral telling people it's normal this happens. I mean, if I lived in the FTL universe, yes. Altibago, that is not how Panda died. Please no eating the pandas. How many times must I tell you? Lana says, did Emma keep a piece of my hair as a keepsake? Sadly not. Okay, well, I see a few problems here. Problem number one, Zoltan's shield on the flagship. Problem number two, teleporter. Problem number three, some kind of super weapon. We have 48 missiles on board and no way to launch them. But let's see how we go. I mean, charge our weapons and shoot at the ship, I think. Okay, intruders in there. Not sure whether, I guess shields are less important, but NG less damage. We do have a augment that passively boosts our shield damage. Unlucky border targeting, says Nit. Yeah, that's true, because our evade drops now. Harry says, I've lost 3 generations of Harry G, it could be worse. And Nit says, me when 14 hit Zoltan shield. Oh, this is 14 hits, is it? Okay. Because the heavy no, the halberd beam doesn't help. So do I have to do 2 rounds of attacks to even take down the Zoltan shield? That's going to be rough. I suppose I can find out if the beam attacks the Zoltan shield or not. Lana says, Zoltan shield. Where did that name come from? And Nit says, from Zoltans. Crazy, right? Yeah, there's a race of aliens in this game called Zoltans, and they have these green shields, and they're really annoying. Because we are being shot at. It's okay. We can survive. Okay. It's tis but a scratch. Although now see, this is why I wanted to upgrade my cloaking. Please go and repair the cloaking. You in here. Oh, more boarders! In the cloaking rig I'm trying to repair. Well, that's just great, isn't it? Jumping out is always a possibility. Yeah, but unfortunately they've taken over the store. There's nowhere I can jump where there wouldn't be a fight. If there was still a store here, then I would. But there's nowhere I can jump there wouldn't be a fight. Also, presumably if I went back... yeah, if I went back, presumably they've healed their thing and everything. Yeah, I mean, if we die, we die. We try our best. We are going to need the med bay. I'm going to need it pretty soon. We're going to need cloaking as well, really. Not going well. Yeah, this is the super weapon which I was hoping we could cloak through. We can't because they took out our cloaking, and also, I mean, there's also people. This is gonna be a hard moment. Good luck on your pilot. Yeah. I should have upgraded cloaking. I mean, the good news is the borders are taking damage here. Yeah, this happened. And Hodge. Oh, wait, no, the med bay's out. And someone died. Oh, them. Oh, I should have moved them. Well, the borders might die now. Let's put that fire out. Yeah, I don't think this is survivable. Because we can't, we need the weapons online. And Ripley's probably dead. Yeah, I don't think this is survivable. There's too much damage. Maybe I should have upgraded Medbay to level 2. We're about to drop our evade to 0 because the borders are uncontested. Okay, yeah, everyone died. We're actually gonna get a crew kill rather than a crew kill rather than a ship kill, which is interesting. Oh. Harry got a golden repair skill. Thanks, Harry. Just at the perfect time. I don't think I can do anything, even with them. I should have done this as well. Sorry, I didn't think to do that. I don't think we can do anything more now. Yeah, it's just, the big thing was the cloaking rig getting disabled, and then I was about to repair it, and then it got boarded. That was the big thing that happened. But yeah, there's no... I mean, the O2's on fire, so that would have to be our next target. I don't think we can repair this before we die. We can get one shot off. Yeah, it was close. Seems like even without mind control, this phase is still hard. Yep, we tried our best. We tried our best. I feel like I could have won that if they hadn't hit the... If I'd either upgraded cloak or they hadn't hit the cloak, because I could have cloaked through that power surge, that first power surge. That first power surge killed one of my crew and took everyone else out and took the medbay out. Then I couldn't engage the borders because all my crew were almost dead and the medbay was out. So then, and the borders were nearly dead. So then the borders took out everything else. Yeah. I did my best. I am sorry. Well, we got a new high score because we made it to the end. We got some new records as well. Most repairs is now Harry 4 with 37 repairs. Ellen Ripley has the new record for combat kills with 7. Snizer Podge, I think joint most jumps survived. Actually, no. No, wait, yeah. Ellen and Snizer survived to the end. So yeah, joint most jumps survived 101. And most skill masteries earned, Harry 4 was gold mastery of both shields and repair by the end. So 4 masteries in total. It was also our most ships defeated, most beacons explored, and most scrap collected. Just not our most crew hide. I feel like I was told on previous runs that 8 crew is overkill. I definitely feel like 4 crew isn't enough. I feel like a couple more Mantis, 2 more Mantis on that ship to kill the boarders would have made a big difference. Or just more NGs running around repairing things. Nit says, if I want one record, it's the combat kill. Well, congratulations to Ellen Ripley, who I think was El Tibago's name, I believe. A very good attempt, says Izzy. Nit says cloak 3 instead of shield 4 probably wins here. It requires more micro. Oh right, because you can cloak. You could cloak through the super weapon even with cloak 1, right, Nit? So the issue was that cloak was damaged rather than that cloak 3 was necessary, I think. But yeah, even cloak 2 would have given a buffer. 4 crew is manageable idea of 6. Yeah, I guess going for 8 was too many. It also gives a buffer, exactly. Still the bestest is Alex. Bestest Alex. Yes, as LT Bago points out, on my previous run, the most combat kills was an NG. But now it's a human, which makes slightly more sense. Really, it should be a Mantis, but we didn't have any Mantises. And we did get this achievement, get to Sector 8 without using drones, and this achievement, which is get to Sector 8. Yeah, beating the boss opens up these. Yeah, I don't really want to get to Sector 5 without doing anything. Get to Sector 8 without using missiles or bombs. We didn't use missiles, like our final build didn't use missiles, we just needed the Artemis at the start. I think this requires you to start with a ship that doesn't have a missile launcher as one of its weapons, probably. Considering that buying at a store without... Yeah, we almost got this. We were one jump and some bad micro short of getting that, so we'll definitely be able to get that in the future. And yeah, the have every square of an enemy ship on fire simultaneously we should have got in the first run. Failed to evade 5 shots in a row with a fully powered and upgraded engine. Astronomically low odds. Have a single boarding drone kill 4 crew members on one ship. Interesting. have a single boarding drone kill 4 crew members on one ship. It doesn't say it has to be the enemy ship. If a boarding drone kills 4 crew members on our ship, do we still get the achievement? Oh, and this is the augment we were talking about earlier, which Harry had on one of his runs. Use the weapon pre-igniter augment to destroy an enemy ship in one volley before the enemy can get a single shot off. Defeat an enemy ship with all your crew aboard it. That's defeat as in kill all the crew, right? Not defeat as in destroy the ship with all your crew aboard it, because presumably that's a game over. Hit every room of a ship with at least 1 beam in under 5 seconds. There's a really long beam weapon, isn't there? You could do like a automated station with a long beam. Well, I see how to get all of those, I just don't know if I can. Okay, well, we tried. Also our ship best, so we didn't unlock anything new yet because we still didn't do any of the ship achievements. And we didn't complete the... I think if you completed the rock quest, you would have unlocked the rock ship. Anyway. Nit says I joined the Discord but don't have a role, just waiting for the run training before complaining. Yes, absolutely. I will give you the role now so that you can chat and share. Well, feel free to share. I will give you the Space Enthusiast role, in fact. There we are. You should be able to see the Discord now. Feel free to share a YouTube video of you winning the flagship fight with a boarding party. Now that everyone's seen the flagship fight, so we're not spoiled too much. It says you would indeed get Rock A, which is the worst A version. Okay, maybe I should try and win with a normal ship before I get the worst A version. So what I could do is drop the difficulty to easy just to get a win, just so people see what happens, which I did consider doing before. But I would also like to win on normal at some point, and preferably on hard at some point. That achievement is so satisfying, it says. And also Red Shirt was here. Yes, Red Shirt was there, and didn't get any high score things in the thing, but yeah, in this thing. Unnamed Red Shirt is not here, but was on the ship. Anyway, as we are so close to ending, I think I'm just going to end now. However, oh, Nit says still can't see the chat on Discord. Whoops, I did not give you the right role. There we go. If you give it another try, Nit, you should be able to see it now. Sorry about that. I think I'm going to end now. I do have work tomorrow, and it's, yeah, coming up to 4 hours. So we will leave things there. Thank you everybody for watching my ultimately unsuccessful FTL run. And I will be back on Friday, where we will be playing more FTL, because one way or another I am going to try and win this game, even if it requires turning down the difficulty. Looks like Harry is headed to bed soon. Good night, Harry, and good night to Below High as well. It's very addictive. Yes, I noticed Harry start playing the game as soon as I first streamed it, and it seems like he's still playing the game. So glad to hear we have another enthusiast, and I'm sure Nit is glad to hear that too. Okay, there we go. Nit is in the Discord. Oh, it's all good. Yeah, so if people who are on my Discord want to check out the self-promo channel, Nit has posted a video there. Here is the no weapons drone win. Fight was long but not as stressful as I thought. We are going to end now. Just checking. Yeah, there's no outstanding name a crew member requests. So next stream, well, you can redeem it now if you want, but it won't take effect till next stream. Next stream we will have a fresh set of crew to be named, and we will see how we do. I'm going to look for somebody to raid now. If anyone has suggestions for raid targets, please let me know. Okay, I was lurking in Cora's stream earlier, but she has ended. See who else on. Liger Rhymes with Tiger is on, playing Rise of the Tomb Raider. We could go there. Anyone else? Craig Bear is live. Eltibago is suggesting Shy Lily as a raid target. I'm not going to raid Shy Lily, Tibago. Harry is pointing out that the game is 70% off on Steam, apparently. That's good to know. And yes, thank you for using that command again. Harry says, I wish this did it after the first stream, and it went on sale later that week, and I got it straight away. Well done, Harry. Yes. Nit says to Harry, if you have questions about the game, you can send me Discord messages. I'll be more than happy to help, like decisions in shop or stuff. Yes, it is very good to have a knowledgeable person about the game we're streaming in chat. That has been very helpful throughout, Nit, and I appreciate it. I think we might go to Liger Rhymes with Tiger today. Let's just check that they are streaming and not doing the streaming things that people do on streams. Okay, they are. Good. So while I get that raid set up, thank you everyone for watching. Thank you for the follow we had earlier. Thank you to Alex again for the resub. Thank you to everyone who redeemed their flowers. Thank you to Nit for the advice. There is the raid. If you would like to do a raid message into Liger's chat when we go in, that would be great. I'm going to put a message in chat right now for subscribers to use, and if you're not subscribed, use your own emotes. Instead, use emotes of someone else you're subscribed to, or if you prefer, here are some dancing dinosaurs for your consideration. Show our love to Liger Rhymes with Tiger. I think yes, this is only my second time raiding them, but they are a very enjoyable streamer. So until then, thank you all very much for watching, and bye for now.